you're the only one here at this table that still sells lotto tickets. Is there a time when you don't want to sell?
We don't sell lotto tickets.
We
do a quick draw and Powerball.
You can get you get lotto.
No, so like people come in with their tickets they've had in their pockets for 10 years.
Oh.
For whatever reason, our terminal doesn't run them. Wink, wink. But
Tony helped Lisa out the other day.
I'll do quick draw and I'll do Powerball and I'll do Take 5. Anything that we have, I can
Mega Millions.
I can do it for you. But if you come in with one of those things that has a zillion numbers on it and it's been in your pocket for 20 years, it doesn't.
It's Cumberland Farms. It's not a casino. Christ almighty.
To go back, I had Keith passed away Friday morning early. So that whole crew came down. They are savages. Oh my God.
They like to gamble.
The quick draw totals. Oh my God. It was astronomical.
That's
and thank God Ange had a
that's
good
the
one.
thing that bugs me now that we're bringing that up.
What's that?
That grinds your gears?
I gotta wait for a beer so that
I don't make anyone wait for anything.
No, you got
that's next week.
What'd you say?
That's next week.
Yeah. And then over the weekend he's gonna go, I broke another rule.
But
Jen and I sat on the same side and it wasn't for a Thunder game.
And we are live. Hey, good evening and welcome into Talking Smack. As you can probably see, no, I am not Dan Miner. Danny and El Snacko, they are they're on vacation. They're down in the Dominican Republic. They're actually going to be checking in with us a little bit later. I am definitely looking forward to that. But welcome in to Talking Smack, week number 21, the episode where the show itself is legal to drink, even though Sully and I have been doing it right along. Welcome in. I'm John Pratt, going to try to fill in best I can for Dan. Let's introduce the cast of characters here for Talking Smack. Normally, he's on my right. Today, he's on my left. The Soul Dog himself, Soul Doggy Dog. He's got gas. Give it up for Mike Sullivan.
Hello, gang.
Good to have you.
Aren't you so glad that
Good
they
to be here.
they made that your catchphrase?
Running with scissors tonight.
Well,
that's not the best compliment, but it makes me a lot of money.
The best thing about that shirt, you're gonna have to show it at some point in time. That it's a Mike Sullivan
It's a
collection
thing.
shirt.
Yeah, it's a thing.
To the left of Sully, we've got the Duke of Daiquiris, Mr. RJ Stockdale. Welcome to the show, RJ.
Hello, everyone.
To the left of RJ, making his return. What is this, about 16 times now, Wales?
I had to catch Walk somehow.
Yeah, that's right. I think Walker is about the only one to have more appearances than you. But welcome in Ryan Wheeler to the show. Good evening, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming back. I know we were just here a couple of weeks ago. We had such a good time with you here on the show. When it was found out that, oh, hey, we're going to do a show without you for Dan and Snacks, we were just like, hey, Wheels, you want to come on? And didn't expect you, honestly, to say yes that quickly. So looking forward to having you back. And to your left, welcome in Mr. Brendan Less from your Adirondack Thunder. Hey, Brendan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm excited to be here, man. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Have you ever done any kind of podcasting or anything like that?
First podcast in my life.
You'll fit right in.
I'm excited, yeah.
First time
caller.
Yeah,
First time call.
Long time listener,
caller,
probably. And of course, the guy to my right, the guy that he would probably like to say he controls the ones and the twos, the X's and the O's, and all that good stuff. The producer, Mr. Seth the Shadow Cooper.
Hey, thanks a lot, Johnny. It's weird because our parents aren't here, Dan Miner and Hank Pelton Snacks, but we got a packed show for you. Welcome in to week 21 of Talking Smack, as John mentioned. Want to say first and foremost, you may see some flashes going on. That's okay. We welcomed in Mr. Andy Camp to our Talking Smack family last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And you probably saw, if you looked on Facebook, you probably, hey, yeah, that's Andy right there. You probably saw on our Talking Smack Facebook page some of the great shots that Andy put up for us last week, and really looking forward to having him work his magic. It seems like he's already brought like twice the equipment from last time, doesn't it?
He made Dan and Hank look good last week. I could start already, can I?
Dude, please have it.
Just making sure.
He's all about getting the right lighting. It's very important.
I was going to say, because before we went on the air, Andy goes, I won't bring in the big strobes yet.
Yeah.
But of course, we'll recap the Adirondack Thunder's Country Night version 2. Plus, also, the boys were talking about this before we went on. Favorite specialty jersey we've ever seen, and what is the worst jersey you've ever seen, either in person, online, or worn. Plus, also, there was a big melee that happened after the game on Sunday.
Wasn't that big.
Just a little bit.
I still want to know why he got kicked out of the penalty box, because technically his penalty should have been over before the end of the game. We'll get into that, I'm sure.
We'll get into that as well. Plus, too, Activision announced it's making a brand new video game for the first time in over 10 years and why it has everyone buzzing. Plus, also, speaking of video games, we'll chat about your favorite video game systems, and if we still play video games now. Plus, also, if you were going to be a professional wrestler, who would you be and why? Plus, also, we have What's Setting Off Sully being brought to you by Beans Country Store. Plus, also, What's Setting Off JP. We'll get into that as well. JP did mention we'll check in with Dan and Snacks from the Dominican Republic. Plus, also, where do we get anywhere without GPS or maps built into our phones? Mapquest, that was the thing. I know my mom used it quite a bit. Plus, also, worst horror travel stories, and we'll get into our future guests coming up later on in
That's
the
going to
program.
be a 4-hour show.
Well, you know what?
Nobody cares that much.
The Shadow and I, we wanted to make sure that that Talking Smack was in very good hands. I'm looking forward to checking in with Dan and Snacks, because quite honestly, with Dan and Snacks, normally you and I are the ones that play the fools, and so
that changes why.
Well, no, we can still play the fools, but they're going to be probably a little bit more lubricated considering they're on an all-inclusive vacation. So I'm looking forward to that.
Also, Super Chats, they are available. Scan the QR code. $5 or more will get your Super Chat read tonight. $10 or more will get you a nickname from either Brendan Less or Ryan Wheeler. JP, the floor is yours.
Oh, all right. Well, this past weekend, first off, got to say kudos to the Adirondack Thunder. Over 14,000 through the doors at the Cool Insuring Arena. Biggest weekend ever for the.
Is this where we got to be nice to Jeff Mead, or can we skip that part?
Well, just
you know how much I love that.
I know you do. I know you really love that, but we do. I mean, it's a monumentous thing. I mean, because I remember when the AHL left, and people were like, ECHL is never going to work. Obviously, it does. And this past weekend, we were. We got to see a couple of very, very interesting things. What do we want to talk about first? We want to talk about the jerseys or the melee?
Let's talk about Keyshawn Gervais setting the tone on Friday night.
Dude,
that was fantastic to see right off the rip. And it's one of those things where it does set the tone, especially with you have a North Division leading team like the Wheeling Nailers coming in. And, of course, the Thunder handed it to Wheeling when they were down in West Virginia at the Wesco Bank Center. So it's one of those things where you look at it and you say, okay, how do you set the tone in the 3-3? And I thought 43, Keyshawn Gervais did a fantastic job.
Yeah, that was the perfect thing. And I think that's the first time I've ever seen one of the players get the crowd all pumped up and everything. And he definitely got the crowd pumped up, man.
I'm sure that was spontaneous, right, fellas?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't talk about that. That was all, okay.
But when have you ever seen somebody go into the wrong penalty box like that before?
That's actually the first time I've seen that, especially at home. Like maybe on the road, but at home for sure. First time. We were laughing about that too. And
I was gonna say when he got back to the bench, did you guys have a couple of words?
Yeah,
like,
his excuse was that he hasn't played many home games here yet, right? Because we've been on the road, and you don't really have to play at home to know that your bench is on the side. Your penalty box is on the side where the bench is, right? So I thought it was pretty funny.
You know what? I've never actually thought about that. Exactly, it's the same side. So yeah, that should be a very easy.
Do you know way back in the day, the teams used to share the same penalty box?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What day was that?
Way back. Yeah, the team
it was
there was a brawl.
Thursday.
There was a brawl in Montreal. Where the teams were sharing the same penalty box, and it was a melee is the word we're using tonight. And I forget what year it was, but that's why they decided that wasn't probably the best idea.
Yeah, well, no, probably not, especially, if they just smashed each other in the face. I mean, have you ever gotten into a fight with somebody and then like, okay, let's sit next to each other?
Ready?
Well, we do have some super chats. We'll get to it. But there was a period when teams shared a single penalty box, but that changed in 1963 when the Maple Leaf Gardens installed separate penalty box doors for each.
Don't make this shit up.
No.
Genius.
Well, no, that's
Can I ask a question though? Oh, you got a super chat, but was this back when goalies weren't wearing masks?
right, or they just had the Jason mask or whatever.
What year did that happen? When did they finally put things on their face.
You mean face mask?
Like Wheels obviously doesn't.
Yeah, clearly.
So when you started playing, I mean, obviously probably as youth you had to, but was there ever a point where you didn't have to wear the facial accoutrements?
I remember being like 17 and everybody in the summer would just wear a visor because it was cool. But yeah, and I mean now it sucks getting hit in the mouth and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think like junior was the first time I think I was 17 the first time I put on a visor.
Yeah, I imagine it's got to make you see the game a little bit differently. But I mean, once you lose a chiclet, have you thought about going?
Nothing matters now. Now I lost one. I'm like, I'll lose all 10 of them now. It doesn't matter.
Well, let me ask you this question. So my kid went out to play junior hockey, and you had to try out, but he was old enough where you only had to wear the half shield.
Yeah.
And I said, well, don't do that because if you haven't done it before, he was a defenseman. You've got to play the game different.
100%.
Mentally, if you know that you don't have, I'm like, well, don't do that now. 100%. You got to make the team first. But I mean, it's got to be, it's got to be different.
It's weird because in junior you wear a visor, college you have to wear a full face mask.
Yeah.
So you're going out to block shots, slap shots, and you're like, no, like you're not scared at all.
So would that be so? Most kids actually go to a half shield in juniors, and then go to the full cage in college.
Cage,
right?
and then back
to
the visor for pro. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I guess when you wear it long enough, right? Like you don't think about it. You go out to block a shot, and one whizzes by your head. You get back to the bench, and you're like, "Wow! Like I could have just lost every tooth in my mouth."
I was gonna say, how often has your life, flashed in front of your eyes playing defense out there?
There's definitely a couple times where the puck goes right by your face, and you're kind of like, "Holy
Jesus
crap!"
Christ.
I don't in wheeling, like hit the post. I was like, didn't think anything of it. Got to the bench, and someone was like, "Dude, you literally almost lost every tooth in your mouth."
Yeah, I almost lost my teeth in warm-ups. I stepped on the ice in wheeling, and right where our door is right where they're shooting on net during the warm-up.
Well, isn't your coach 0 for 2 in preseason for getting out of the way?
In practice.
I'm just saying.
Sully, to answer your question, and it happened in 2006. All players in the American Hockey League were required to wear visors after a defenseman for the Manitoba Moose actually lost his right eye. The NHL started enforcing its version of the visor rule in 2013 for anyone entering the league fewer with 26 games worth of experience. The only person that is not required to actually wear a visor still is Leo Komarov.
Yeah, he's grandfathered in. But what at this point in time, wouldn't you rather? I mean, Wheels is the perfect example. Wouldn't you rather have some sort of protection like that? I mean, you got all your normal chiclets, right?
I think as long as everyone else is wearing a visor, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But when I played junior, it was about maybe half the guys are wearing a visor, half are wearing a cage. So the problem is some guys are. If you're wearing a cage, you're more reckless. You don't really care what you do with your stick. If you're wearing a visor, you're more cognizant of that. It gets the guys that were wearing visors were getting a lot of high sticks, and they're.
And how come anytime you see a guy wearing the full visor on the other team, he's the biggest ass on the other team? Anybody explain that to me?
Usually, when
right, the toughest guy in the ice.
The toughest guy in the ice got it tilted all the way, touching his helmet. Like his face isn't covered at all.
Can I go one step further though? So I believe the last guy who didn't have to wear a helmet in the NHL was Craig McTavish.
Correct.
Could be, yeah.
And I'm not a big hockey guy. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
I'm worried about you.
I know.
Leo,
He's a little
I'm
blotchy.
worried about you.
He had a strawberry or something over here. I don't know what the hell happened.
Leo Komarov was the only.
Who is he?
Yeah, he was a Toronto Maple Leaf for many, many years. He played for the Islanders as well. Since before the rule, he was the only one that was grandfathered that didn't actually have to wear a visor. And, I thought Shane brought up a good point this when he was on the show. In the NHL, you used to be able to have flair, and the NHL and Gary Bettman allowed you to have a personality. Now, not so much. Of course, they have to wear the same visor.
Flair or the flow?
Yeah,
Shane just wanted boys got the flow going.
Shane so many times tried to get us to do the no bucket warm up and pay the fine in this league. He's the only one that can afford it.
What's that?
No helmet warm up. He tried last year for one of the games. He's like, we should all just go no helmet. But he's the only one that can afford the fine. Dude, Shane, unless you're paying for these,
and fly his plane to the doctors.
Yeah. He got a gel in his hair, grease back. Yeah, I would have loved to do it, but I couldn't afford it. So.
Meat will pick it up for you. Don't worry about it.
There you go. All right, let's go
ready
to
for
our
one?
first one.
Super chat.
That's all for one. Don't worry, I was all for 6.
Big Money Ron says, "Hey John, how does it feel to be sitting at the head of the table?"
Quite honestly, I'd rather be back where Les are sitting right now, but that's okay. We'll deal with that next week.
Another super chat.
Yes,
Sandy Sullivan.
Ah, Christ.
Saying, Sandy Sullivan is watching. That's all she said. Sandy Sullivan is watching. Okay.
She's just letting you know, Sullivan. She's got her eyes on you.
Doesn't
dude.
get better from
And
here.
she's waiting. Oh.
Jody Lenord says, Sully. Also, Nathan
Hi, Jody.
Brimmer chiming in. Dan and Hank are missing, and the stream already smells fresher.
And don't worry, we're going to add their special aroma to the broadcast a little bit later.
And there's one more from your mother once again at a nice dig to John Pratt. And also, the picture is my mother on Facebook. Oh, remember last week when you said,
You thought that was my mother. It was my grandmother.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about
Seems
that.
like she hasn't forgotten that.
No, apparently she is not. I can barely remember what I did yesterday, so
That's the one thing I did remember from last week.
You can rewatch the show.
No, that's true. All right, so getting back to this past weekend. First off, let's talk about those jerseys because some people really like the jerseys. Some people had mixed opinions. I thought that they were cool. What was your take on those jerseys?
I think it's always cool whenever we do the specialty jerseys. The fans love it, and it's fun to be a part of. The atmosphere is unbelievable that Saturday. Unfortunately we weren't able to win, but even all weekend the fans were unbelievable. It was it was a pretty cool night, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of.
Now, when you first saw those jerseys, I believe it was Boomhauer that was the model this year.
Yeah.
What was your first? What was your your knee-jerk reaction when you saw it?
They look real. Like it looks like you're actually wearing overalls.
Yeah.
So like I remember when I put it on, I felt like I was wearing like overalls on top of my jersey. It was pretty cool. Those nights are always fun for us.
And then what was your opinion when you first saw the specialty overall jerseys?
Yeah, I like them. Obviously, like Brendan said, anytime you wear the specialty jersey, it's cool. The fans get really into it too. So I actually personally I like this year's, but last year's were so super cool as well.
That
the
was
full jean was awesome. Yeah,
And it's one of those things where it's like, where do you go from that, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
It was just
Yeah.
so cool. You mentioned before the show, because you looked at the rundown, and I texted to you both this afternoon
Yeah.
of your favorite specialty jerseys, and immediately you said the Miracle jerseys from last year with
Yeah.
the USA.
Oh, that was cool.
100%. Yeah, those were cool. I know a lot of buddies from home like that. That was super cool. Actually, a lot of buddies like this year's as well. Just living on the lake this year, the ice fishing outfit that it looked like this year. A lot of guys from home liked it, but yeah, I don't know. My favorite specialty jersey from all time. Are we going over that now, or you want to wait a
I
little
like
bit?
their-
Yeah, no, yeah. What do you think is the one that? I mean, the Miracle on Ice jersey, of course, iconic and all that. But what is your favorite? Just like irreverent jersey, just kind of out of nowhere.
I really like the country ones from last.
Yeah, I was gonna say last year's
the
countries.
jorts
Yeah.
with the flannel jersey. I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, no, those were really the first time I saw them. I was actually speechless for like about a half a second. What about
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. I'll tell you the ones that I hate the most.
Yeah.
What about the guys overseas that look like a freaking NASCAR?
Yeah,
I know, they-
Right?
all
As
got all
many
the
ads as they
ads,
can
yeah.
possibly find.
Yeah.
Right? What's up with that?
I know they
I
take every
cannot
little-
believe that
easy.
you don't do that with that
Well,
money that you
the
can
NHL
possibly make.
I think the NHL will be there eventually. Like they just started with
Really?
the helmet stickers have started.
Yeah, that's true.
I think eventually you'll
And
see
they,
the
they even
pants.
drive me
merchandise.
crazy, though.
Yeah, you'll
It's
see it
all
eventually. It's
merchandise.
just gonna be. I mean, like
I don't think. I think hockey's more traditional.
So
I
is
don't
this
ever-
is this strict
God, that
hockey
would
question?
break my heart.
Is it what?
No.
As far as jerseys go,
No.
is this a strict hockey question?
No.
No. There's
Then
specialty
Pat,
jerseys.
Pat Tillman. Wear Pat Tillman's jersey every day.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That
a
is
no-brainer.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
That is a very, very cool jersey. All
Do
right.
you remember when the Adirondack Flames, for their first military appreciation night, they looked like they were cows? Do you remember that with the
Oh no.
with the
Right, yeah, 'cause
jersey?
they
and
did
then
like
they literally
like the
looked like
white and black camouflage.
Camo, yeah.
And so it kind of came off as it almost looking
I think
kind of
our-
like
The Omega Moose.
We wore them last year.
the Omega Moose.
Remember the digital camo ones last year?
I know we wore the Flames one this
This
year.
year,
We did
those were cool,
throwback
actually.
jerseys.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one with
those were
just
cool, yeah.
the A, that A. Actually, that was the jersey I
You wore
have.
those
one. I wore-
jerseys this year
Yeah.
to celebrate what?
well, it's the 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary.
and all
Oh,
that.
that's right.
Yeah, I tell you what, the ugliest jersey though I've seen. You brought up that one. I'm going to go back to the Adirondack Phantoms. They did a tuxedo jersey. Do you remember this?
Oh
Sully?
yeah, I think a lot of coast teams have done that. No, the fake suit jerseys, like roller hockey jerseys.
Right, yeah. Well, it was like a tuxedo, and it was the Phantom. So their colors were red and orange, and instead of a nice black, it could have been just kind of classy for New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
it was the most garish orange, like the flyer orange, and that was the entire thing. That had to have been the ugliest one. And I did see an ECHL team.
Oh, there's the camo ones right there. Yeah, I remember
awesome.
that. That was 2 months ago.
That's a cool picture for
cool,
one,
yeah.
and cool jerseys
Yeah,
for
that's
two.
a cool jersey. No, that wasn't the ones we were talking about.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Who designed that jersey, Mr. Jeff?
I think it was Rob.
Rob.
Yeah, Robin Brennan, maybe.
Yeah, those are sharp.
Yeah,
I do have the
Betsy Ross.
Way to
I
be
do-
on your game.
I do have the
Well,
I do have the Adirondack Flames ones that we were talking about from 2014.
Yeah.
Those were these ones right here on the,
Oh,
on the
yeah,
left hand.
yeah.
You guys blew
Yeah,
up the
the-
picture a
the-
little bit.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
To your right there.
Oh,
Yeah, the logo was cool, but the jerseys themselves were not. Okay, so what in terms of ones you've worn, Brendan? What is the worst? And it doesn't have to be here in the East Coast. It could be your
Ones
entire
you've
career
worn? Oh,
that
no.
that you've had to don, and you've been like, oh man, what is this? You look down at it. What is?
So when Ryan and I played in Iowa, there was a game where we had a SpongeBob jersey. Right, so you show up to the rink and you see your jersey, and it kind of feels like you're going to like a kid's birthday party.
haven't we done something like that on?
We have done a.
I mean, no, we haven't.
Alex Manor, who's in the building. Shout out Alex, man. He was telling us the worst jerseys are definitely by far the SpongeBob jerseys, and it was a league rule a couple years ago.
Really?
But
Yeah, well,
apparently they did away with that.
Yeah, cool. Because there used to be like a Nickelodeon night that they used
I
to
think
do.
that's what
They
it
used
was,
to do
yeah.
I remember the Marvel nights.
Yeah.
I remember we had like the Thor's hammer, which I guess was a cool jersey. I just thought with Thor and us being the Thunder, they could have done something other than that. But that's weird. What about you? What was the strangest, weirdest jersey that you've ever had to
I mean,
wear?
the SpongeBob one takes the cake, I think, for sure. Just because like all
That's
game
the one?
long they played.
That's the one.
There's one we wore one similar to that.
Yeah.
I think ours was yellow.
Ours was yellow. I remember guys were pretty
But,
fired
like-
up because like we grew up watching SpongeBob, so we kind of come to the rink and we see it's on the jersey,
But
and
all-
we're all laughing
All
about it.
game long though, every single stoppage is SpongeBob voice.
Oh,
And you're just, like, by the end of
God.
the game, you're like, get me out of here.
I was gonna say during warm-ups where they, were
Yeah.
you singing "Who Lives in a Pineapple Under
yeah.
the Sun"?
Yeah. It was terrible. Other than that, though, I don't think we've had too many bad ones.
Yeah, that's the
Teams do
Phantom.
Dumb and Dumber ones too, especially in the South. I've seen
Yeah,
those ones are tough. but
Atlanta and Savannah are the two that do them every year.
It's Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are okay. But.
is that the tuxedo one?
Can you?
That's the one I was referring to that the Phantoms did. That was it could have been a nice black one, but no, it was a New Year's Eve jersey.
You have to play hockey in that?
So in 2025, they do
That's
Dumb
crazy.
and Dumber night in the South.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thankfully Hank
Iowa.
Pelton isn't here because the jerseys are on Dash.
Oh, don't get Hank started on the Dash jerseys. Do I end up with a situation? Oh, okay.
I'm good.
Super chat.
We have a question here. We can go around the table. Angelica says, "What's your favorite candy?" Question to everyone. We'll
Is that
go.
Angelica or is that
Oh.
Angelia?
Angelia. Sorry, we'll go this
Candy.
way. We'll go this way.
Favorite candy? Kit Kat. That's easy.
Reese's easy.
Starburst, honey.
You had that ready. You're just like, well, a man carries Starburst.
No, I'm kidding. Baby Ruth.
I was gonna say I can
What?
go into my pocket and pull something out, but it's not gonna be a Starburst. No, I'm either a Reese's peanut butter cup guy or a Hershey's guy. It makes it.
Mars bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
They still make those?
Wow, that's
Canada. They do. I fell in
I was
love
gonna
with
say,
them.
yeah, but
Well, they're
they're
gonna have a tariff.
$19 now.
Oh man.
Sorry, Dan.
So you bring up the Hank and the Dash. That we don't want to start a melee.
No.
Like much of what we saw at the end of the game on Saturday night. So, okay, I'm going to ask you this, Ryan. You got a penalty. I believe it was a 4-minute. You got it with about 4:36 left to go in the game. By my math, you should have been able to step back out on the ice with about 30 seconds left to go. Why did they escort you? They didn't escort you. They told you to venture towards the locker room. Did they give you a reason for that?
So funny enough, me and Conroy got matchings with two other guys on their team, and then like within a minute and 30 into our penalty, was that big melee you saw between all 5 guys. So him being the assistant captain came over to talk to the ref about explaining like the penalties or whatever. And I'm banging on the glass to him like, hey, like tell Pete Mac, but we're not coming off the ice when we come out of this box. Like I'm fighting this kid when I come out of the box. So I think the refs were watching the whole thing happen. The linesmen and the refs are the ref played in this league last year.
Played your hand.
Yeah. So
Really?
the ref actually,
you
he fought
showed
Ski
your
last
hand.
year. The head ref. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You what?
The
Yeah,
head ref of
Coltrane
Coltrane
Wilson
Wilson, yeah,
played
he
for
played
Reading last year.
fought Ski
Coltrane
last year.
Wilson.
I don't know if it was willingly, but he
Which
fought
one
Ski.
was he?
Yeah, well, yeah, he saw the whole thing happen as well. Fought Ski last year, and then he's dying laughing, goes over to our bench, tells Mac, and then the linesmen are kind of whispering, and then as soon as we were kind of looking, paying attention, they went over the wheeling box, like escorted those guys out, and me and Connor's like, no, like there goes our chance. So
Yeah,
it was completely script. We were like, I was full bar. I think Cons was too, gonna fight the kid that he was going at it with.
Yeah,
At least
it was,
trying to. Yeah.
It was funny because I kind of skated over and I was trying to figure out what was going on, right? Like every guy got thrown off the ice, right? So I was trying to figure out, what's the penalties, our guys getting suspended, blah, 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 all that. And him and Brian and Conroy are they're saying, hey, like, tell Mac we're going on the ice. We're going on the ice. And I'm like, you guys are in the penalty box. I'm like, what do you mean you're going on the ice? I guess there's maybe
38 seconds left. Yeah. We had it all maxed out. I remember.
You knew it down to the second.
I was telling the kid, I'm like, we're going when we get out of this box.
So I remember I skate over to the bench and I was like, I think they're telling you to put them on the ice. And the next thing I know, I look over and they're getting thrown out of the game.
And they're like, no.
The ref was like you're like kick them out, come over to us, and they're like, you guys are gone too. I'm like, no, and he's like, Wheeler, get out of here. I was like, okay, and I just sprinted as hard as I could. Like,
Oh, that actually leads me to another question. I mean, how much guff can you give an official during a game? Like say you get taken down, Brendan, and there's a referee behind you and you can turn around and you start jawing to him. How much actually can you give him that doesn't cross the line? I've always wondered that.
I try to be reasonable with them. If there's a call where I think they missed it, I say, hey, like
But I've never
you guys
seen
missed one. Hey, like you owe us
Go.
one,
No, I've never seen anyone penalized for
No, my question. I've never seen anyone.
hockey?
Have they ever changed their minds?
no.
Yeah,
no,
Brendan, you know what? Fuck, I fucked up. You're right.
Up 3.
Really? Shots. That's what I was saying about it.
I said it twice already.
Yes.
You just said it
You just
twice.
did it
I
in
know.
2 seconds.
Also,
but it is true.
It's a double shot. It doesn't count.
if you're an off-ice official in Trois Rivières, they change penalties all the time.
Yeah.
So we were down to what? It's about 6 guys there on the bench. Have you ever been part of a game that had less guys on the bench at the end of it?
No. So I actually put my feet up on the bench at that point. We had so much space on the bench. We were all laughing.
It's like slap shot.
Hey,
We only had 10, 11 guys.
So that was the biggest
still in the
brawl you've
game.
been a part of? Was that one?
Yes, for
You?
sure. I think there's 7 guys were thrown out. So
I'm trying to think. Yeah. I mean, for how many guys we had left on the bench, I think that's probably the most.
That's funny.
I remember. I think when I was like 13 or 14, my youth team got in a big brawl with the Russian team, and that was at the end of the game. Though, and everyone was thrown out right after that. Not during while there's still time left on the clock.
This is hilarious. Watching this from
Golka comes across with a
Is there any
finishing
audio
right
from that
hook.
guy telling me that he
And
hopes I
another
have a
fight
heart
on the
attack?
far side.
I'd like-
the whole bench.
I'd like that one, please.
Kevin O'Neill looks like
Garcia involved with
someone's throwing him
Skio.
apart. He's
Oh,
dying.
see,
Just
right there.
Skio
Listen
takes
to
him
it.
down and attack the movies on top of it. Golka trying to get his helmet off, still tied up with Colin. Other fights.
Okay, yeah, no,
Ryan
that's
Nolan,
good. You know what?
helmet lift with Eli
The
Lee
thing
first.
with number 22 there, is
No
it
one
me
to
or
break
was
up
he
now.
ducking Skio the
Nolan.
entire
Oh,
weekend?
was it you?
He was ducking everybody.
Right now.
What?
Here's another.
This guy's
There's
way too
Cameron.
more than I'm
Hey,
trying to
tied
fight.
up.
Last question before we go to break. I'm going to ask this. At any point in time with
With
all this
Ryan
melee, did
Francis,
either one of you
everybody
look at
on the
coach and be
ice,
like,
all
"Dude,
10
what the heck,
players."
man? You know what I mean? Everybody's
Got
got
to
a dance
throw
partner.
punches,
You're not going to
helmets,
partner
and
up.
equipment
No?
loose.
I was
This
actually
isn't a
going out
Stanley
with their
Cup
their other
celebration.
goalie.
This
the
is
week
a
before.
weekend full of
Russian goalie barely
tension
spoke
between
English, but
two
yeah, I don't think their
rivals
other
hitting
goalie
the
was-
head.
Bro, Durley's busy stopping hockey pucks.
Yeah.
What is-
Holy shit. How
what
about
is
that
also
weekend
like-
before we go to break?
What is Antoine Brudor even saying here? He was screaming at
They
somebody.
break up the
I
final
don't
the
know what that
officials.
was.
maybe
Ryan
it's just
Nolan
because,
heads
you
to
know,
the
Ski
tunnel.
took him
Listen
down
to this
and
crowd
started pounding.
roar.
I mean, it was a beautiful thing to see, and even more beautiful.
The
I
guy
think
begged
Sully's
for it
right.
all weekend.
He did. And even more beautiful thing to see was the 2 shutouts from Bertone.
Oh my God.
Hyping up
And he was out of his mind. He was out of his
Rightfully
mind
so.
on Saturday too.
Yeah.
He was amazing. That was fun to watch.
How nice was it to get Broads back?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable goalie. He's probably the smartest goaltender goaltender that I've ever played with.
Where's it get that from?
In terms of hockey, IQ, right?
Yeah, you ever wonder if he's got like a pedigree for it or something like that?
I would say even more so than his goaltending abilities, his presence that he brings. Like he's so calming to have behind you, especially playing D. Like just knowing that guy's behind you, like. And I don't think that guy's ever had a hard day in his life. Or at least he never acts like it. Like, and no matter how big the situation, he's just like, kind of like whatever it is, what it is.
Well, knowing the guy a little bit, he's got to kind of be like Ski. He's got to be a presence in the locker room besides.
He is for sure. I mean, he's
right. The guy walks through the door. It's just got to be.
Yeah. He's our oldest guy in the lineup right now too, with Goose being out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like any. Like guys want to play overseas or guys want to play in the AHL. He's done both. Like he's been there, done that. So yeah, it's been awesome to have him back. This is hilarious.
He seems upset.
The chirping between the two of Skio is really kind of doing a great job.
The amount he did Saturday and Sunday of this was hilarious. Just standing with this was so funny.
Yeah, it's. I tell you what.
I always say Dad's mad. Dad looks like he's pissed.
It's the best feeling though, because then you can say whatever you want. You know that guy's behind you. I'll say it to anybody, biggest guy, smallest guy, doesn't matter. So.
Yeah, you got a little more confidence
100%.
knowing that Ski's behind you. All right, well, what we're going to do, we're going to step away, come back with a lot more. It's Talking Smack live from the Bullpen. We'll come back in just a bit.
Talkin' Smack is on the air, and it's brought to you by The Bullpen on Glen Street in downtown Glens Falls. The Bullpen, a favorite among locals, whether it's lunch, dinner, takeout, a night out, pregame, or postgame, The Bullpen is the place to go. The Bullpen's second floor contains Suite 216, the banquet room, perfect for hosting private functions for under 100 people. Chef Pam and a team offer a plethora of incredible food options for each guest. They offer a wide variety of menu options for everyone. Gluten-free and children's options are plentiful. Please let your server know if you have any allergy restrictions, and The Bullpen will be glad to accommodate you. The Bullpen on Glen Street, downtown Glens Falls. GNS Printing, providing solutions, not just printing, has been the place for printed products and competitive prices and unbeatable service in the Glens Falls, Queensbury, Lake George, South Glens Falls, Saratoga regions, and up and down the East Coast. Family owned and operated by Tim Cooper, GNS represents his two children. Gabby and Seth tells you everything you know that this is truly more than just a business. It's family, celebrating its 24th year in the printing business. GNS Printing is your place for all your printing needs. Whether it's stationery products such as letterheads, envelopes, business cards, notepads, cut sheet form, marketing products such as brochures, presentation folders, postcards, newsletters, door hangers, posters, banners, trade show booths, rubber stamp ideal self-inking stamps, die plate dater stamps, handwood stamps, seal presses and embossers, continuous form carbonless forms, carbon interleave forms, single or multi-part forms, unit sets, handwritten forms, carbonless stud and edge glued, carbon interleaved, all sizes available, checks, laser checks, continuous checks, uniset checks, pegboard checks, 3-on-a-page checks, label stocking, custom labels, laser labels, mailing labels, direct thermal labels, thermal transfer labels, barcode labels, graphic art design, custom design logos, artwork, brochures, forms, whether you need a single one-time order of business cards or a complete company analysis of all your printed products, GNS Printing is here to help, offering the most customized, friendly, reliable service with competitive pricing you will find anywhere. Call GNS Printing today, 518-232-2465. The Adventure Family Fun Center, the ultimate place for your class trip, after prom party, family reunion, or social event of the year. The 1,000-foot outdoor go-kart track is the largest and most exciting in the area. Take a spin on the Le Mans indoor go-kart track. Get your friends together and face off in their multi-level laser tag arena. Buckle up and hop into an adrenaline-pumping round of bumper cars. Score the ultimate gaming experience in the arcade and test your target skills on our all-new airsoft range. Adventure Family Fun Center, offering several different adventure specials, including birthday party packages that come with your own party room. Your home to the best in family fun in the Lake George region. It's the Adventure Family Fun Center on Route 9 in Queensbury. Oscar Smokehouse on Raymond Lane in Warrensburg. Why don't you stop on by and see what they're smoking? Oscar Smokehouse has a great selection of smoked meats and cheeses. They carry a number of specialty items like their more than mustard, maple syrup, cheese spreads, beef jerky, turkey, and apparel. You'll also find a wide selection of meats including chicken, sausage, bacon, ham, plus their homemade stuffed burgers, salads, ribs, and steaks. Oscar Smokehouse on Raymond Lane in Warrensburg. Come on by and see what they're smoking.
So I'm going down, and the U's of the world with snow and ice all over their vehicle. So now they're going about 72, 73 miles an hour. And I'm watching, and I could see this person that's next to me with the snow and ice, and it's flying all over the freaking place. So now I'm in full panic mode, because last thing I want to do is get a windshield crack, because this person's going to take off, and then I'm stuck with it, and then it goes on my insurance. So it's bullshit. So I'm watching this, and I'm saying, you know what? Next time I see Snacks with ice and snow in his car, I'm gonna give him shit. And it's flipping me out. Now I'm feeling angst. Now I'm feeling sullied. I was gonna give him a call as I'm driving, but I was too worried about hitting ice flying off this car. So I go and I pass this car to get around it. All right. So I speed up to get around it, so I'm not even near it. Next thing you know, this freaking car comes zooming past me again, puts its ass right in front of me, and now it's there again. And now the shit is flying all over. And I'm like, son of, I am ready, and I am not a road ranger. I'm not.
Wow, he was getting all sorts of animated. Hopefully, we're going to be checking in with him and Snacks.
He's more relaxed down there than he is right there.
Well, dude, you know what? For somebody who said that he was going to unplug and not to do anything.
Hoping you were going to bring that up.
He's like, I'm going to turn my phone off.
They've been text messaging since they left.
Yeah, seriously.
I've got more text messages in the last 2 days than I've gotten from like the last year.
I know it's like they're on the beach. They got a drink in hand. It's the only time Dan drinks, and he's like, you know what? I got to text the boys.
That's not the only time.
Well, okay. I have.
But anyway, moving on.
I have heard a couple of stories. We are back here for segment number 2. We're at the bullpen. Don't forget the super chats. I'm going to point that way. I'm always pointing in the wrong direction.
Messed up.
Yeah,
over your shoulder, Brenna.
Yeah, that one. You scan that QR code and you get the super chat $5. We'll get you your super chat red $10. You get a nickname from one of the cast of characters.
We'll bring it up now. If you look on your screen, you can see Snacks had a little bit of fun with some monkeys today.
Well, see, and this is the funny thing. You guys probably don't know this about Dan Miner. Okay, now you guys know Danny, right?
Yeah, of course.
PA announcer, morning show host, and all that. He, ever since I think he was scarred by the movie The Wizard of Oz, so he has this real big thing about monkeys.
I didn't know that.
You did not. Oh, you did not know that. Oh, we're peeking back the curtain just a little bit on Mr. Danny Miner. He has a big, huge fear, like a normal person would fear heights or flying, or spiders or something like that.
We must know somebody with a monkey.
You would probably know somebody. Well, actually, you know what, RJ? For some reason, I feel like you would be the guy that
I could find a monkey person.
Like, go into your roller.
No, it can't.
So he has a real bad fear of monkeys. So I don't know if he and Snacks were on that excursion together or not, but hopefully we're going to be checking in with them, especially what happened to Mrs. Snacks and Mrs. Miner.
Oh yeah.
Happened?
Hang on one.
There was
we got action.
Here. We do. We have action.
You didn't see the video that Lisa
Chicka bow
posted?
wow.
Oh well,
No.
You're actually. She was at her room, and she got a visitor that she was not expecting.
Hang on.
Gotta remember, it's an all-inclusive resort.
Again,
have
for
you ever
free?
been to an all-inclusive resort?
I have. It wouldn't happen.
It cost me $200. I make it.
And ever end up in a place where you're like, wait a minute, how did I get here?
Yeah, not unfortunately. Yeah.
Was it Jim LaFar or Vinnie Mark?
Believe it or not, it was neither one of those guys.
Here it is for those that are wondering.
Yeah. This is something that Lisa posted. This is their hotel room. She's answering the door.
Honey, this isn't your room.
Oh.
You need to go away.
Again, for free?
This is room 24. What'd you say? Your room was room 13?
That's not Dan.
No, that is not Dan at all.
Dan looks
Knocking
great.
that guy out.
You're not even in the right building.
That's not Dan. That's not
This is 4324.
What is
I'll
he
wait for
saying?
my friend.
Well,
So go all the way down to
I don't know if we're going to be able to. The gist of it was he was insistent on that his friends were in that room. And this was like the second or third time that he had come back to the room going, hey, my friends are here. You know, I'm supposed to be in 3524 or something.
He answered the door with, can I get a vodka Red Bull? And Lisa goes,
honey,
Lisa goes,
this isn't a bar.
She goes, honey, you're at the wrong room. He goes, is this the right? He goes, she goes, no. She goes, well, can I get a vodka Red Bull? She goes, we are not the bar, honey. You have to wait for your friends. So then what isn't shown in this video is he decided to wanting to hop over the rail to get to the bar downstairs.
How far down was it?
Quite a few.
They were looking up fifth floor.
A lot.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
yeah.
I've never been in that shape. I was
gonna
know.
say-
Do it while you can. You got about 5 more years.
Right, yeah, and you'll bounce back after that. But before that, no. So hopefully, we will be checking in with Dan and Snacks. I'm not sure what kind of condition they're in. Heck, they might be in a situation, like that guy was. But all right, so we're gonna start off with some super chats.
Certainly are.
Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, here we go. Super chats.
Donnie Long says, mind you, trying to take the penalties, couldn't hear a damn thing. If you remember, Donnie Long was down.
Oh, he was in the box.
box.
Yeah. There's no Donnie.
Is he saying we can't hear the penalties because me and Conroy were just Who's here, by the way? Con's here.
Yeah, I think that's what he was insinuating.
Yeah. We were banging on the glass pretty loud. I don't think I've ever laughed so much in the penalty box. I mean, it was nonstop.
I mean, yeah, at that point in time, there's nothing really you can do but laugh because you're kind of trapped there. There's nothing you can do about it, right?
Wow, Alex Mann, equipment manager, beer manager,
guy?
the whole 9 yards. Look at that.
Well, he takes
Thank you, Alex.
Takes care of the guys on the ice. He's taking care of the guys off
What
the
a guy.
ice. Yeah,
Serve the people, brother.
So during that melee, I noticed that the guys in the other team in their penalty box were chirping with the fans.
Yeah, they stopped
Behind
chirping
him.
us to chirp the fans.
So when you guys are professionals, have you ever gotten into a situation where you're arguing with a fan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you like squeeze the water bottle?
All righty.
I've never scored.
So what's the situation? I mean, I get.
Yeah, there's this guy in Reading that will not leave me alone from preseason. Like I actually don't know what I did.
Fucking James Henry.
He doesn't.
No, that was before.
I was kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. It's talking smack. I'm sorry.
Was that the 44-year-old guy, or
he's definitely older for sure, but he goes to the game with his son. So ever since preseason, he just rips me. He just chants Wheeler the whole time, and he says jokes like he'll be like, "Wheeler, you look like," and then he'll say something that makes no sense. So the one time he said something, I was like, it was terrible. I turned around and started laughing in preseason. Ever since he rips me, so
worse than Kennedy's chirp.
Not as bad, but close. So one of the last times we were there,
he called you fat instead of your mom.
Yeah. He actually got me and said I chirped my mom, but.
That's
so
crazy.
One of the last
guys throwing around your mom joke.
Yeah.
How old are we?
Yeah.
I mean, middle school.
Yeah,
6'5", and he's a 12-year-old. So this last guy just I don't know. He rips me all the time. So whatever, he's chirping me. We end up they tie the game late. We go to overtime. As soon as Kevin scores the overtime goal, I go right to this guy and I'm absolutely chirping him. And I'm screaming like, "You fat ass!" Like blah blah blah.
You can say it.
It's not a podcast.
I'm calling him fat. Like I'm ripping him, and he just like I kind of respect him for it. He just flashes me his stomach. He just goes like this, barrel out. Like ever since he always comes down after the game. It's like. Comes down. He's like, "It's been a pleasure." Like whatever. He always.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you buddies with that guy essentially?
Yeah. After the game, we're buddies, but during the game, he's so annoying. So yeah. But we actually remember. I don't know if you remember. We were in Iowa. There's a guy in Wichita that sits behind the bench and just nonstop the whole game, just doesn't leave us alone.
Keyshawn Gervais talked about that.
He doesn't stop talking the entire game. Like I think he talks the entire time. So I think that's probably the. And I remember being on Iowa, and you got kicked out the first couple minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Your first shift?
That was first shift.
Your first shift?
My first shift of the game, I got in a fight, but I didn't realize there was another fight already going on.
Yeah.
So they threw me out.
Did you still get paid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
But we had like 4D for the rest. Two guys that fought were both D-men. So
I think we had like
the rest of the game.
4 games in 5 days, and that Sunday it was in Wichita. So
I was exhausted.
I wasn't too upset about that.
Yeah, I was sick.
I was gonna say. So did you go back to the locker room and be like, "Yeah, thanks a lot, Lester."
Thanks a lot, Lester. And then I have this.
I was already out of there. I was upstairs eating popcorn.
So a question for you guys. We were at an establishment the other night, and you guys all came in before you guys got there. I was talking to your captain. Say, "Hey, what's going on?" Dean goes, "You know what, Sully?" Goes, "I'm tired."
Yeah.
The amount of games that you guys have played and the travel, how do you recover? How do you manage that type of thing through? I mean, what were you on the road for?
Yeah.
So I think we
3
had
months.
We had Well, the whole month of February we're basically on the road.
Right.
I think recently it was 8 games in 12 days
It was,
in 5
14
different
right?
cities.
Yeah, 2 countries.
Spill it out, Johnny.
So-
you know.
Yeah,
So
14 days, 8.
Yeah. So what's your
games,
routine to stay in shape and then try
They're
to
young.
not? Well,
Yeah, close your eyes and just take it day by day. And,
I wanted to ask him because you play 3 straight games.
yeah.
You got to be banged up after 3 straight games.
By Sunday, you're just kind of winging it, right?
Yeah.
Like by Sunday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, you're getting treatment. Sunday, you're like, all right, like I can't get, I
And then
can't get worse.
Monday you don't do anything.
Monday, you
probably.
don't move, and then
Right.
Tuesday, you're flying.
but to
again.
come back like that on a Sunday and play the game you guys played, I mean that's just
Yeah.
just
Well, I
down
mean,
within and heart and
The
guts.
cool
at that
part is
point,
just
right?
like they're going through it too. So like they're hurt
Yeah,
too.
but fuck them guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, I heard that one.
But like by the last day, you're just kind of like I don't know, you're just clawing. They're clawing too. Like
Well, I mean, the ECHL didn't do you any favors because you come
No.
off that road trip. You guys basically had one day here in town to kind of do some laundry, and then you had the 3-on-3. But what a 3-on-3 it was. So, what do you think is the best chirp that you've ever gotten from a fan? One that made you, kind of like just sit there and be like, "All right, dude,
That was a good one.
yeah, dude, all right, fine, I see you,
from a fan's tough. Like usually the fan ones aren't too good.
All right, so what is it? Okay, so
I had a
fan
kid.
player.
I had a kid tell me in college like I was gonna be working a 925, and he was gonna be signing for 925 and $925,000, and he did sign a 925, and I'm in the coast, he's in the NHL, so it's it was a good chirp,
Like,
but
all right,
He wins.
he wins, but
He'll be a lumberjack within 3 years.
yeah, I know,
Don't worry
but
about it.
that was probably the best one I've heard. Fan ones are usually not so great.
Yeah, I remember I was in. I think it was this year. I was in Norfolk, and they have a lot of their, a lot of the Navy guys are there, so they come to the games, and they're sitting right outside the penalty box, and I got a big nose, so I get a lot of heat for that from the other teams and from the fans, and I was sitting in the box, and the guy's like, "Why is your nose still on the ice?" and I
That's fucking.
I didn't
that's
even.
crazy.
I kind of just like. I think I just gave him like a thumbs up. I was like, you know what, man? Like, I think you got me on that one.
Yeah, where do you go from
Yeah.
that? It's like,
That's a good one.
Like, thank you for your service, sir.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for- thank
What am
you
I going to say to him? Like,
All right. Like, why is your no? That was a good one.
Yeah.
You got
Oh,
me.
that's funny.
Those are the best ones though. You can laugh at. Like usually some of them are so like brutal, you just can't even laugh. Like at least that guy made you laugh a little bit. Before you went to the
yeah,
bar.
that was a good one.
Well,
You
some
got me.
pretty big news happened over the weekend. Gibson announced that they have launched a Fortnite festival, but that's not all. They are now going to be partnering with Activision for a brand new Guitar Hero. It has been over 10 years since the music franchise has made a game. Were you big Guitar Hero players growing up, and were you big video game people now?
I played a little bit growing up. Not a huge video game guy. My brothers usually hog that, so we had one Xbox in the house, and I was always kind of sitting there on the couch waiting.
Older
to play.
brothers or
I was gonna say,
younger
really
brothers?
So I got an older brother. I got an older brother and younger brother. But my older brother would always play. He'd play COD a lot, and whenever I would play, I would mess up all of his stats, and you'd get pissed off. So I was like, all right, I'll just play NHL.
I was gonna say,
and
did
that's
he
it.
start to give you the controller that wasn't connected to anything? It's like, oh, you're playing.
I would
Yeah,
I would play against the computer. I wouldn't play on live or use use putting up big numbers. So not a big video game guy. We live together.
Yeah.
We don't have an Xbox or
Oh, really?
PlayStation at
Yeah.
our place.
So what do you do in your downtime that isn't hockey?
A lot of shows.
A lot of
Yeah,
shows,
TV
yeah.
shows, movies. Yeah.
movies,
So you guys mentioned you played in Iowa together. How long have you guys known each other?
3 years.
Third
yeah.
year,
Third
right?
year, yeah.
Oh, third.
Third
oh,
year,
So
yeah.
I played 3 years pro. All of them have been with Brian.
Yep.
Which has been pretty cool.
Yep.
What the hell did you do in Iowa besides go to the Field of Dreams?
We did do that, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah,
well,
we
yeah.
did.
What else are you gonna do?
And it was the worst. It had to have been
Was
the
it cool?
worst. It had to have been the worst day to do it. Like it was probably minus outside. It was brutal. It was how long? 2 hours.
I wasn't even there for that.
You weren't there for
yeah.
that? Oh, well, I did it. It was awful.
I don't know.
Like I remember thinking like, oh, it'll be so cool, and I got there and I was like, this sucks. Like
the Field of
yeah,
Nightmares.
I mean, it was freezing outside. Like there was I don't know if there was a charity game going on, so we couldn't go on the field. Couldn't go near the field because they were videotaping, and it was super cold. So all we really did was we got there, went in the pro shop, and then left. And then it was just like, I don't know. It wasn't that cool. We watched the movie on the way there. And we were
Sounds like a very fond memory.
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah. It was sick. So
I don't know if it was Les or Wheeler, but I believe you guys told me that watching high school wrestling matches was like a big thing over there.
Wrestling's huge in Iowa. So where we were, it's Iowa City, so that's where the University of Iowa is. So it's a college town. There's actually a lot of things going on. So it was pretty cool.
It actually was pretty, like the town is very, it's a
College
lot
town.
busier than you think. Yeah, college town. Like it's very like upscale. When I first signed there, I flew there and I landed, and there was nothing around the airport. I was like, this is going to be brutal. And then it was actually a good time. We had a blast.
Yeah, it's all. I mean,
You're
it's
there
all
1 year. 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
It's all
there for a little
cornfields
over a
until
year.
you get to maybe 5-10 minutes outside Iowa City.
But yeah, I mean, for being a college town, and I signed there when I was 24. You were probably the same age.
24.
We were going out to dinner and like we go to the college bars and like we had a good time. And Caitlin Clark was there, so like women's basketball was huge there. Yeah. It was actually a cool time to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, you bring up Caitlin Clark. Anybody got an opinion on whether or not the ladies should be paid as much as the guys? Did you see Angel Reese was going to go on a walkout or sit out or whatever, going on strike?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
she's making McDonald's money, dude. She's got like
I was gonna say she's making bank from Mickey D.
Her sponsorships is probably more than her.
Yeah,
her
but do you think they should make the same salary?
No.
I think.
No, I'm sorry.
We don't sell any tickets.
Caitlin.
I think Caitlin should be
Clark
making a
changed
lot.
everything.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark should make a lot.
She's putting asses in seats. She's
what's the
done a
average?
great
What's
job.
the average attendance at a WNBA game?
That's what I think.
If Caitlin Clark's playing,
Caitlin's
sold
there
out.
a lot. Yeah.
Not her.
So did you guys
the
get
other
I don't know.
13 games that night?
It's building.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it depends on.
I don't think they have that many teams.
I think it depends on how
my point.
Many seats or how many people are in seats, like all that, how much money they're bringing in. You can't just be like, we deserve more and base it on that.
So with Caitlin Clark, you were there at the same time. Did you ever actually get to see her play?
Yeah.
What was that like to watch her?
Well,
in person?
I didn't get to see her play, but we actually
Golf
met her.
with her.
Yeah, we were golfing one day, and she was.
She
was
must have
at the
towered
course.
over you two.
Yeah, she's taller than us.
Sucks.
Yeah.
How big is Caitlin Clark?
6'1", maybe 6'1".
Yeah. But like, just the aura she has. Like
She's flat your shit.
Like she's actually pretty down to earth person.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is 6 foot.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But she's actually like super cool. Like she was.
What's
cool.
the average height for a female in the WNBA?
Well, wanted to let you know. I'm going to debunk kind of what you are saying. So
here we go.
Unless you're curious about women in sports, which got the WNHL going on, the WNBA has had 154 sellouts, and that's a 242% increase from 2024.
All right.
They have record-breaking attendance this season.
Yeah, Angel Reese too.
When you go from 200 people to it's gonna be a big increase.
Yeah.
She's selling.
What is the
arenas out?
sellouts completely? The arena sold out, or they do a certain number?
No.
So 3 games drew more than 20,000 fans, including 20,711 when the Indiana Fever, where Caitlin Clark played the Washington Magistics on September 19th.
We were 5,000 away from that this weekend.
Also, since you are a betting guy, the WNBA averaged 1.1 million in bets last year.
All right. Oh, so it's coming up. Like I said, I didn't mean to open up Pandora's box by bringing up.
How'd you do?
So then, what are your thoughts on like WNHL with women playing it?
Move along.
I wanted to talk about video games.
Well, I was just going, man. Like I was trying.
Why?
I was in Quebec City for All-Star break, and they had a what's the women's league called? The technical letter. It's not WNHL. It's PWHL. Thank you, Alex. They sold out the arena.
Yeah.
There's 19,000 people. It was crazy.
HL games are.
They sold out a high school hockey game in Minnesota with 18,000 people.
That's true.
You guys see that? That was pretty cool.
That is true. Yeah. But they do that every year. I feel like the high school.
They
hockey,
do. That's huge there.
Oh yeah, high school.
How come you can't check in women's hockey?
Yeah,
you can. They fought. You can fight.
You can't. You can. Okay, but you can't check.
You can check in the.
I don't think you can. I don't think
well,
you can.
while the shadow is let's bring this back to we start going down Guitar Hero where
Your father goes away one day and
I know
off the rails.
Trust me.
Yes. Body checking is allowed in professional women's hockey league.
Oh, they should do it more.
They should throw the body, right? Is that what you're saying, Sully?
Whatever.
All right, so back to video games. So you guys don't have a video game system in your house now. When you were younger, though, what about you, Wills? I know you said that your brothers more were Call of Duty. What about you?
I mean, I still have a PS5 now. I think Iowa was the last year I played. I don't know, especially in the summer, it's so hard to get into video games. I feel like there's just so much to do. I'd rather sit outside than play video games. In my younger years, I definitely played for sure. I played Call of Duty all growing up and stuff like that. But
wow.
I think just the older I got, I don't know. I just started weaning off of it.
Wow, no, you'd rather go outside than play video games.
I know it's crazy now. I know. I'll take that.
Oh, man. All right,
take that.
So what about you, RJ? What is your favorite gaming system? Because I know that you don't have a PS5 or an Xbox 18 or anything like that. What are you rocking these days?
I still have a Nintendo from 1985.
All right.
And it's hooked up currently.
He's still trying to get Luigi to save that chick.
I don't play. I play Tecmo Bowl.
The original Tecmo Bowl, or are we talking Super Tecmo?
You got Tecmo or I play Super, but I have both. RBI 1, 2, 3. Blades of Steel. Marty McSorley. But Tyson. I can tell you the code to Tyson. 0073735.
Give me all the fighters. Go. Starting from the beginning.
Well, it starts out with Glass Joe.
Go. Next.
It's Von Kaiser.
Yep. Next.
Don Flamenco.
No. Piston Honda.
Then Don Flamenco. And then Bald Bull.
Yep. You're forgetting the dude with the turban.
Oh, no. That's the Great Mephisto or whatever.
Right,
yeah, with Twist, right?
The Great Tiger.
Super chat.
Little Maddie says RJ still has an Atari 2600 hooked up still.
If I do, I'll sell it for like $20,000 to you right now.
You know what? Actually, I haven't hooked it up yet because I'm missing the piece. I found an Atari 2600 at a garage sale, and I've got to hook it up. I'm rocking an emulator right now.
And Sully would tell you though, he's been in my house. I literally have this hooked up. We could go home right now and play.
As sad as that is.
I don't have any competition. That's why no one comes over to play anymore.
Well, see, you and I might have to at some point because I also have a working Nintendo. It happens to be an emulator, but I've got the Super Mario Brothers. I got the Tyson.
An emulator? What does that even?
It's a device that actually can play. It can play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, and Sega Genesis. It's actually like a 3-in-1.
I thought you could actually feel like their emotions while you're.
No. Unlike Wheels, I do not have the energy to actually want to do something. If I'm playing video games, I want to be sitting on my fat ashes going like this.
I used to have the thing that you could run on like track and field.
Pad, yes.
Yeah, track and field.
I
did.
And you did that?
6, yes.
Super chat.
My boss chiming in. He says, "I'm playing Masters Golf on the PS5 right now, fellas."
And how's your short game, Jock?
Way too advanced.
How is Jock's short game? Do we know?
He's a huge video game guy.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys gonna get away from video games for just a second. He brought up golf. Are you guys either one of you big golfers?
I golf. I don't know if I'm a big golfer.
Yeah,
What's your handicap? What's your handicap?
Oh God.
12.
Listen,
See,
all these hockey
guys
players.
like you.
All these hockey players are
What
good
about you?
golfers.
What's
They're
your
full of
handicap?
shit.
I'm not good.
Come on.
I'm shooting. I'm like low 90s.
Then
I think
you're-
my best round I've ever had is 88.
Now, I gotta ask. I'm being totally serious. Does the hockey motion with like the stick and the slap shot, does that help the golf?
Of course
swing?
it does.
I will say, there's a lot of my
No.
teammates are very good players. And I play with them and they got to give me strokes. But yeah, I think a lot of hockey players are pretty good at golf.
Yeah.
Especially guys that play a lot.
So
my
is it
dad
just-
decided to
they
make
got-
me opposite golf than I am hockey. So I golf righty and play hockey left. So it's complete
So do
opposite
I.
for me.
Oh wow.
So I got nothing. So
That's a completely
You're
different-
left-handed at
Can we
hockey,
do-
but right-handed at
Can we
golf.
do
my
breaking
dad
news?
actually does
though?
the same thing too.
Yeah, me too.
Breaking news. Tiger told it.
Tore
He
his
tore his
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
Tiger.
done.
Oh, Tiger.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
you know
done.
what?
He's done.
Done.
He's got to be
Done.
done. It torn
No.
Achilles.
He's
That
got
He's
$1
gonna
billion.
start caddying for Charlie though.
He's got $1 billion to spend. I think.
So
it'll
now
be
he
all
does have something in
Poor
common with
thing.
that IHOP waitress.
To be a Hooters for
You're up. You're clear now too.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm clear. I know. Espresso Martini ran away.
You're the only one that heard it, though. That was funny, wasn't it? Yeah.
As I said, we can
The
work
only
on
reason
this.
why we play the warning before the show is because of Sully.
Well,
That wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad, wasn't great.
What?
It's only got 6 so far.
I know. I was going to say.
Was it 18?
I didn't even
18
swear.
shots? Is that it?
No.
No, he's 3 Finger Sullivan over
Three
here.
finger Sullivan.
Look at there we go.
Oh,
He's sweet. All right, so Sully, what about you? What about your favorite video
Oh,
game?
you know, I was. It was in television.
That was too complicated.
So the deal with me is my father actually ran a toy store when I was younger.
Well, we didn't have Sullivan.
So
money.
every tip. He didn't either. He stole them. No, so anytime a new system would come out, I would be like the first kid on the block that would have whatever system came out, and we would play it. And as soon as we could beat my father, he'd take it away. But in television was a big one back in my day. As a matter of fact, the guy that owns this establishment, Mr. Paulie Bracockley, one of them, won the in television baseball tournament back in the day in 1983 or 84. So that's his claim to fame.
The controller on the Intellivision, was that
Yeah,
like the
that's his
Atari where it just had the one joystick and the
There
one
was
button?
no joystick. It was actually a
you had to punch in a keypad. It was
yeah. It was like 1,
it was
2,
way
3,
too
4,
much
5.
thought process.
You had to count.
No, it was. We had ColecoVision.
Count it.
Once we came into money, the Stockdales got ColecoVision. Okay. Boy, I'll tell you what.
ColecoVision money.
I never
Tell you what.
Oh.
We didn't see
What's
it
the
coming.
best NHL game?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
The older ones. For
Yeah,
sure.
I was
older
gonna say.
ones.
I want to say like
Blades of Steel. You guys would love it. I'm telling you.
I wanna
Why
Marty
why the older ones?
NHL. I want to say NHL Hits was like the coolest game. Where the players had like the power ups and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like guys would start on fire, they had a hat trick.
Yeah.
You guys would do tournaments in college and all that.
Oh
stuff?
yeah. I remember being like going out to the bar and then coming home and playing NHL.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was a thing.
I remember doing
doesn't-
a lot in high school for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like the NHL games were a lot faster with the older
Yeah.
ones? Like,
Yeah.
you can do a lot more in the new ones,
It's a
but
lot more exciting. I don't know. It was just like like I said, like guys would start on fire if they were doing well. Like,
There's more action. Like you could hold down the right stick and skate all the way up the ice, and you
Fights
just
were
wait,
a lot
just wait
like-
to hit
yeah,
someone. Yeah.
yeah, just had to mash buttons.
NHL
Yeah.
Hits was way better. I remember Slugfest baseball was fun too. We'd play that too. I don't know. Those were my big two, NHL and
Were you guys
Slugfest.
baseball players as well, like in high school, or was it strictly hockey?
I played
or,
baseball
you
growing
played baseball?
up. Yeah, I
What
was
position
hockey
were
and
you?
baseball. I was a catcher and third base.
Catcher, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played catcher and short.
Yeah.
I only played for a couple years. Broke 2 of my fingers. Never played again.
Yeah.
So
Was it in your catching?
Well, yeah, hockey is a lot safer.
Yeah.
I was actually bad. I was actually, like my
As you
face.
whistle
Yeah, here we
through
go.
the podcast.
The harps
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he draws the
But
line.
I was batting like check swung and like it hit 2 of my fingers and just shattered my fingers and never played again.
And that,
Strictly because it took away from hockey. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Right. Yeah, I got it.
So it's so boring trying to go from baseball to hockey. Like you're just standing around.
Well, it's
all
night
game.
and day, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I played you played lacrosse growing up.
I never played lacrosse. It was always baseball.
That's
Buffalo
why you.
was like-
That's why you pitch.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah.
charge of the game.
Yeah.
So
I played
like,
lacrosse growing
like
up.
a lot of hockey guys went to lacrosse, so like the left baseball to go more of a. It's kind
Yeah.
of, I mean,
Lacrosse
not
and
the
hockey
same
usually
game, but
usually go together. Most guys that play
Right?
hockey,
Yeah.
especially Canadian guys too, because lacrosse is so big up there.
Yeah.
They usually play hockey and lacrosse.
I played lacrosse growing up until I think my sophomore year of high school is when I was like, I got to pick and it was always hockey.
What was a rougher sport? Because I see lacrosse games where they just beat the shit out of each
Hockey,
other.
you have more equipment for sure in hockey.
In hockey, right?
Lacrosse, I'd come
Imagine
home
being a goalie in lacrosse.
and like I had
Insane.
too much pride.
Right,
to wear
who's that
the-
guy?
Yeah, I would never do that.
Too much pride to wear the
The guy that
rib
drinks all the
guards,
scotch.
and I would come home and I'd have like the head of lacrosse stick like branded across my stomach. Like,
oh
it
yeah,
was
how many
bad.
times you just took the
Oh yeah,
the
Yeah,
shots?
they
was
whacked the
terrible,
hell
yeah.
out of each other.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I had a lot of lacrosse buddies in college, and
I would
you look
never-
at their arms like during the season, they're
Yeah.
always bruised up. They're always getting slashed.
Would never play goalie ever.
No,
You can pay me
no.
enough
But you know
money.
what? That is the one thing I've heard about lacrosse players is that they're almost crazier than hockey players,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
they
They're
probably
tough guys.
A lot of them
those-
play both. Like
Yeah.
usually it's the same wavelength. Like
In lacrosse, wouldn't you get like the biggest dude you could possibly
Well, I'm
find?
surprised you haven't chimed in on this. One person I know that played a lacrosse goalie, like in high
I
school.
mean, I'll
was-
grab Bob right
You
now.
played
No
with-
one's scoring on him.
No, he being a professional wrestling guy. Mick Foley, very famously.
Oh yeah, he went to Cortland.
He played lacrosse, and he wouldn't wear any goalie pads
Yeah.
as he was.
Well,
Did
did you ever watch Hell in a Cell?
Yes, once or twice. Actually, we'll be talking a little bit about wrestling and a little bit more coming up. In fact, we're going to step away. We have got What's Setting Off Sully coming up for you in just a couple of minutes. Brought to you by Beans Country Store. We'll step away. We'll come back with more Talking Smack live from the Bullpen.
Brought to you by Clean It Out Containers and Junk Removal Service. Do you have a lot of junk or waste to remove from your home? Clean It Out Containers and Junk Removal offers compact and cost-effective dumpsters and other waste removal services, such as appliance removal and estate cleanouts. Based out of South Glens Falls, Clean It Out Containers is a family-owned and operated dumpster rental business that provides convenient roll-off dumpster services. Whether you have a garage full of junk, extra scrap metal to dispose of, or even organic waste like lawn debris and branches, they have you covered. Clean It Out Containers also features highly competitive rates and flexible rental times. You can easily select a service on their website and then pick a date or time that works for you. Call and book via phone. Brought to you by GA Bow Fuels. At GA Bow Fuels, they take pride in providing timely and reliable oil and propane delivery services. Whether you're located in the Lake George and Glens Falls regions of New York or as far away as the Bennington, Vermont area, we are able to serve you. They encourage you to contact them today and learn more about their propane and oil delivery services, as well as the other work they complete for you. Whether you need a minor furnace repair, complete AC installation, or routine HVAC system maintenance, GA Bow's fully trained and certified technicians will help you out. In addition to the heating and cooling work, they also supply premium diesel, gas blends, heating oil, wood pellets, and other fuel delivery options to properties across the entire Northern Capital Region. GA Bow Fuels. Give Mike Sullivan a call at 518-337-6599. By your Edward Jones financial advisor serving Glens Falls, Stephen Babson. Get the personal financial advice you need to achieve your goals. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, for children or grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care for the most, Stephen Babson can work together with you to develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Stephen Babson can also monitor your progress. Give Stephen Babson a call today at Edward Jones in Glens Falls at the corner of Bay and Washington. By Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters. When you choose Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters, you'll always have access to the area's lowest prices. As a family-owned and operated business for over a decade, you'll be treated like our neighbor. That means affordable prices and friendly, knowledgeable service every time. Get in touch today to find out more how they can help you improve your gutters and protect your roof for years to come. When you work with Mullen Construction and Seamless Gutters, you'll get a 10-year workmanship warranty on gutters, downspouts, and leak protection. If anything goes wrong with your work, it'll be covered.
We all know what it is.
It's a conspiracy.
Is it? What does it do?
So which is worse?
No,
the construction
every
vehicles?
morning, Harps. Every morning, I get up and go to the Stewart's. There's a conspiracy to make my morning hell. Whether it's
and it's all against Sully.
I love it. It's all against Sully.
I might join in.
Who's
got this going on?
Who's here been lotto blocked?
Said what?
You got shit to do in the morning. You go to Stewart's. You're in a hurry, and you got somebody that's got the lotto pouch. You ever see the pouch bag?
Oh, the lotto.
God.
You get lotto go. Then like, give me a number 7, 11, 2. I want fucking 9, take 5. I want that. I gotta go to fucking work. No lotto till after 9 o'clock.
I guess there is something kind of beautiful about it, though. You know,
you think about this, and I know this for a fact. So, like when I go on vacation, I take my cell phone, I literally turn it off, and I don't turn it on. I don't use it. Nice. I don't take any. I mean, I've been on vacation with you. It sucks. I mean, not you, but I mean the fact that your phone is always going off. But I take my phone off, and you don't realize what kind of stress that puts upon you having immediate contact with everybody at any time. When I go on vacation, I turn that damn thing off.
I'm 48 now, but when I was 43, he's like, try cottage cheese with which is just, I'm like, what, are you nuts, man?
That's what I said the same thing when he told me about
it. So I got to drink it. I'm like, I want to do this. It's the most amazing thing on the planet.
I've had it before. It actually really tastes good. It tastes good.
I like both of those. Poor man's steak. That combination. So you gotta have Liam.
Coach Jabat, he turned me on when he was going through cancer and all that stuff. He said, peanut butter and mustard sandwich. I'm like, what? I'm like,
he does.
Peanut butter and mustard.
Okay. Like, that sounds absolutely horrible on the surface. But if you think about it,
I videotaped it. And my daughter, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, making peanut butter.
You can throw it away. I'm good.
It's insane, right?
It's nuts.
Very pasty, but it tastes freaking amazing.
Well, it's got kind of like a vinegary and a kind of a peanut butter thing. Yeah. Well,
all right, so let me ask you this,
I
Brad.
can't say anything. I'm taking this home.
So, I mean, I know Art Kuhn's Walk for the Soldiers is tomorrow morning. I mean, that's a 4-mile walk around.
Yeah.
And welcome back here to Talking Smack. We are live here at the Bullpen. I'm John Pratt, filling in for Mr. Dan Miner, who, despite what that reel just said, he was talking. You're like, oh, when I go on vacation, I unplug. Has he unplugged at all this week?
I've gotten more texts from Dan Miner the last 2 days than I've had in 5 years.
Me too.
It does kind of.
Brennan, just so you know, RJ is the only guy living that has no cell phone.
Whoa, hold on.
No.
Hold on. We have breaking news. Breaking news. I believe,
Da,
they're in. Can you guys hear us? We were just talking about how we played the reel of you leaving your phone on vacation.
Oh my God.
And I feel like we've heard from you more than we ever have on vacation.
Christ all Friday.
You heard more from us on vacation than you never have.
Dan.
What?
Dan.
Well, from Dan, we've been getting text messages from him so much for, I'm going to unplug. I'm going to throw my cell phone in the ocean, man. We've been, you got to do that a little bit more, bud.
He's drunk. I can tell.
After this,
I can tell.
OFF.
OFF. Now, okay, when you say he's drunk, which one are you talking? You talking Snacks? You talking
I'm talking Dan Miner. I can tell he's drunk.
Who's drunk?
You are.
We're not drunk yet.
Not yet. We were drunk earlier today.
Oh, you were drunk earlier today, so
Just
you
so you know, we did find some Mama Juana for Mr. Wheeler.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Wheeler. Mama Juana.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Oh man, so how are things down in the DR? What? Okay, actually, I'm surprised, Danny, that you're doing okay because we got that picture that you sent to us that showed the monkey on Hank's head. How are you dealing with that? We know how much you love monkeys.
It was tough, but I managed to find a way to get around the monkeys. They were little mini monkeys, and I made a deal that if any mini monkey was going to come and mount me and try to,
Oh yeah, you're sober as a judge.
So John, can I send a message to Dan?
Why'd you talk to him?
So Dan, no matter what, listen, no matter what, we'll bail you out. If not, we have Sully here. He can tell a Donnie Long story about being an all-time quarterback. It's pure gold. Pure gold.
Can we also talk,
I know.
Can we also talk about the fact that you guys had an unwanted visitor, you and Lisa, yesterday?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Somebody wanted a vodka Red Bull from Lisa.
Let me get this. We will talk about this next week because there's more to the story. There's parts 2 and parts 3 to that. So we will.
Yeah.
Hank looks guilty.
Let's put it this way. A certain people met people that they didn't want to meet.
No, they didn't want to meet us, or they didn't want to meet our man, special guest. Otis is here tonight.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right, RJ.
I was just saying, he's kind of got that like stand here and like security.
So is that my Otis? Is that Eric?
That is Eric.
It is
He knows me. He's known me for freaking 20 years. How you been, brother?
RJ, who have you
Doing
not?
good, brother. Doing very good.
I don't
Keeping track
know.
of these two knuckleheads.
Well, yeah, that's not a job.
You really know that guy?
job for anybody keeping track of those two, especially you can tell that
Everybody
that
knows an Otis.
smile is what gives it away.
Well, yeah, and he's talking cursive. That was my first clue. Yeah.
We will have more about that incident on the show next week because I'll tell you what, it gets deeper, much deeper.
And we'll fill you in on the 5 guys that we actually got them to go over and break the ice with 5 other girls.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. You talk about relationship experts. You guys got nothing
on us,
man.
Really, you guys
late.
matchmaker?
Hank couldn't find a better shirt than
Oh,
a
yeah.
club shirt.
Kids from Notre Dame all over the place.
Yeah, we had
New York Kenny Rogers even helped out.
it's
Oh, yeah.
senior.
They froze.
They're done.
Hank, you got
They
any?
went away.
Oh,
just
Hank,
like that,
Hank
they
wants to eat some
froze
fish sticks.
I heard Notre Dame though.
Yeah, no, I think they were saying that they, well, I mean, it is spring break time, so I imagine, I mean, quite obviously, the meathead that was in that video was, obviously there on spring break. So we've got
Super chat.
Sandy Sullivan.
Oh, Christ.
And she says, "Why are there no women on this show?" And the good question is why are there no women? Well, I can tell you that we are planning a women's show. That was discussed with Dan and Snacks myself earlier this week before they went on vacation. So we'll have more on that a little bit later on. But right now, it's time for What's Setting Off Sully, being brought to you by Beans Country Store now with what's going on with the warmer weather. 71 degrees today, not too shabby. Jeff wanted to remind everyone that he's looking for people to hire. He's looking for all positions, registered deli, prep, bakery, you name it. If you are a team player that can take direction, Jeff Bean and Beans Country Store wants you. So, Sully, what's setting you off this week?
School buses. Fucking hate them.
Pass them. Oh, seven.
No, you
Seven.
hate them.
7.
Just pass them.
No, you can't. Well, you should be able to.
Stop.
We also have
Stop right there.
have breaking news. Snacks said, "Lost ya, LOL, spotty service. Going to try now and find some alcoholic beverages and watch something in English."
Okay. Yeah, that was the funniest thing is like that's their biggest lament right now. They're in the Dominican Republic and we got to find something in English to watch. Like you can't find
On
a soccer
TV?
match.
Hello.
Yeah.
They're Dominican watching TV. What are they doing?
Yes.
Start drinking that Mama Juana. You won't be watching anything.
All right, Sully. So back to school buses.
So yeah, what about school buses?
All right. So a question: when you guys all, maybe not you guys, but when you guys all went to school, you took a bus. Where did you go? The bus stop
Yeah.
with all the other kids,
They don't
right?
do that anymore.
Glens Falls didn't have a bus system.
Well, whatever. So, but now
We didn't.
there's no such thing as a bus. They stop at every house and drop a kid off. And
I
when you
think they
got
always
shit to
have.
do in the morning, much like being lotto blocked,
Oh, there it is.
every 15 feet they're stopping to let kids on.
All right, go ahead and ask the question to Lesser. Go ahead and ask the question. You know the question you ask every special guest. Have you ever been lotto blocked?
I don't even know what that means.
Thank you.
Nah,
I knew
I
you
actually-
I got. Did I not get it last time? Though?
Yeah,
I got it.
He knew.
Yeah, take a guess as to what you think lotto blocked means.
Lotto block?
Yes.
You're on your way to practice in the morning. You got to be there at 9, whatever time you got to be there. You stop at Stewart's. You're in a hurry. And you got some jackass that's got the lotto pouch. You ever seen those guys? And they want to buy all the lotto tickets. I want number 17. I want 3 take 5s. I want a loose change. You got shit to do. No lotto until after 9 o'clock.
That's
How do you
crazy.
get out there? But
Someone's-
I'm not done with the school buses yet.
No, I know. We'll get back to the school buses, but we had to explain what lotto block. Have you ever been
More-
lotto blocked?
People are buying lottery tickets before 9 a.m.
Yeah. Right. A
I
bigger
know.
question. You got a girl?
Oh,
I
I was
do
going
not
to
know.
say. Oh, okay.
You've had one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought we were going to go that direction
I
for a
was going
minute.
to say, like, he got very quiet.
When you go to a restaurant, you sit in a booth, do you sit on the
Oh,
same,
boy.
do you sit on the same side?
No.
Oh,
you-
that's
Because that's ridiculous.
We
You
talked
sit
about that.
across from each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah, you keep that at home.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked about that. So we wouldn't live together if we didn't agree on it. Like, I don't know.
Be
That's a
respectful
crazy
of everyone
thing.
else.
That's right.
that's
But
there.
you've
You
seen
leave the
it, though,
same
right? It
siding
looks
for at home.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
What about you two? Same siders? Yeah. No, right? Across.
Absolutely not.
That's what you do.
I think.
Can't. Yeah, you can't.
No.
Yeah.
Can't sit on the same side. Okay.
Jen's running.
Yeah.
So back to the school buses, Sully. Okay, so too
So-
many stops is what you're saying?
Yeah, they stop
agree, though.
literally every 15 feet. They stop.
Because that's where
And-
the houses are.
Yeah, but there used to be one. It used to be one bus stop.
Thank
for
you.
Like
Yeah.
10 houses.
And that's where you learn to navigate the world.
the worst.
Was at that bus stop.
The worst. We go to practice or we come home from practice, and the bus stops. It'll stop, and then 2 houses
I
down.
go the long way.
all of a sudden, it'll stop
it ends
again.
up
I'm
being the
like,
short
that's,
way,
that's
but
one bus stop.
Well, and they everybody talks about childhood obesity. Well, make little bastards walk a little bit, right? They don't have to go to every single. No, I'm just saying.
This is the definition of when the parents are away.
Right.
Hey, they were worried about
Has
me.
anybody ever been caught behind a bus that's taken forever and you got stuck, right?
You ever when the bus? when the bus pulls over on the opposite side and the stop signs are coming out, you ever just blow through the stop sign?
No, because that's illegal.
That's illegal.
Well,
That's illegal.
I drive a company car wheels, and I get in trouble for that.
Yeah, it says Orkin on it.
I'm not saying it.
Anyway, I'm just saying there should be a bus stop. You learn how to navigate the world with all your friends.
It should be 5 kids a bus stop.
Okay, here we go.
Right?
Right?
Here we go.
Minimum.
Super chat.
Oh, this ain't gonna go well.
No, it's not. Sandy Sullivan
Oh,
chiming
Christ,
in
go to bed, Mom.
about your comment. She said, WTF, you stop that.
She is on the same.
She's never said WTF in her whole life.
No, something tells me she's probably said something a little bit more. And I can't even wait. We haven't even brought up Garrett Cole yet.
So hold on hold on 1 second on that.
Sorry.
What's worse, school buses or being lotto blocked?
It's the same thing. You're still late to wherever you get
Still
to.
going to be delayed.
Can I chime in?
Sure, absolutely.
If you're going to go to a freaking school buses, that's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
If you walk, it is what
You
it
know,
is.
gas station before 8 a.m.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You got to.
So where my office is, exit 12, I got to go down Route 67, and it's about a 7 or 8 mile ride. And there's
the speed limit you do in the morning?
And there's two
71.
not very fast. because there's
74.
Fucking school buses in front of me.
8.
And there must be 200 houses, and they literally. Am I wrong on this one? Am I'm
I'm
wrong.
like the buses.
Why
I'm
am
like
I
the
wrong?
buses.
Oh, okay.
I'm like the buses.
See, I mean, it's a safety thing. I hate to be the voice of reason, but I am sitting in this chair for Dan. So the reason, I mean, especially on that one, is if they live on like a busier street, like 146 or whatever.
Regret this one, but go ahead.
If there's no sidewalk or something like that, are the kids supposed to walk along the side of the road and all of that?
I thought you were talking about somebody stealing one.
No.
That's way easier at the bus stop when they're all together.
He was talking about the lottery.
No, I wasn't going to go there at all. No, I was just thinking about the safety of the kids not having to walk along a busy street. That's why they have to stop.
That's how you learn.
So, John, I want to ask these boys a question. I got to bring them back in here.
Okay.
So, Ovechkin is 9 goals away from
Anybody
breaking.
else scared?
No, Ovechkin's 9 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time record. Did you guys ever watch Wayne Gretzky?
No.
I've seen clips of it. I've never watched him live.
Nothing against Ovechkin. He's not Wayne Gretzky.
No, I agree.
With that being said, it's a big accomplishment.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Super chat.
Little Maddie chiming in says, school buses runs on a schedule and a route. You can avoid it if planned.
Yeah, basically, he just said that this is a Sully problem.
Who said that?
That's Little Maddie.
Cumberland Farms.
Does he buy lotto in the morning too?
I don't know. Little Maddie, do you buy lotto in the morning? So, speaking of not hitting the lottery, that is the New York Yankees pitching rotation. Garrett Cole out for the year.
You're going to get a super chat. You're not going to lie.
Well, it's true. I mean,
So, with all kidding aside, what a devastating thing if you're a Yankee fan.
I'm the hornet that's going to sting you, not your mom.
Well, I didn't break his elbow.
Super chat.
Here we go.
Sandy Sullivan says, don't even start with Cole. We have other good pitchers to use. Do you, though? Not really. In fact, they don't. What do you have? You have Marcus Stroman. Congratulations, Marcus Stroman.
You got Max Fried.
Keep going, Seth. This is going to be great.
You got Max Fried. You got Clark.
She comes home in July, just so you know.
I'm not afraid. They will eat the Phillies when we go to the game in July.
I was trying to be nice, Mom.
No, so last year, Cole missed the first 2 months of the year. And it's like, just get it fixed now because it's already, you knew he was damaged goods.
And it's more than a year.
Is he done for
No,
the
last
year?
year.
he's done.
He
Yeah,
had
he's
Tommy
done.
John, he had Tommy John surgery today. I oversaw the procedure.
Well, I have seen.
Me and Dr. James Andrews. It was everything went out great.
But it's not just the pitching, right? Who's that?
Stan's hurt.
Oh, she's gonna get mad.
Oh, you got a super chat.
Super chats.
Brian Engel chiming in.
Oh,
He
he's
says,
right there for Christ's sake.
Quote of the week. Make the little bastards walk. Mike Sullivan.
Am I wrong?
I like it. So my dad would say the same thing. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, walk.
Make
Jesus
them all walk.
Christ.
Uphill and downhill.
Sandy Sullivan
No,
says
thank you, Alex.
I'm an ass. It's
Thank
okay.
you,
Yeah,
Well,
there
yeah,
you go. That's being polite.
Yeah,
From her, not me.
At least I know what she looks like.
I thought we were going to talk about wrestlers at some point.
Yeah,
We can.
Yeah, we were.
That's fine. I'm done. That's my thing for the week.
Okay, so that's what Setting Off Sully today. Brought to you by Beans Country Store. They are Sunnyside Road and Ridge in
Right?
Queensbury. They are looking for counter help and all sorts of things. Contact Jeff there at Beans Country Store. What?
Whoa,
Oh,
Sandy. Oh boy.
Oh, this is not going to be a good one.
No, she.
Are you going to share with the class or what?
Sure. Everything we read on this podcast will be read. There is that's a super chat rule. She says, "F you."
And there's no way that just says the letters F you either, does it?
It does.
Does it?
Yeah, I'll show it to you again. Hang on one second. You ready?
Yeah, she just wanted.
There you go.
Uh, see,
There you
now
go.
Now you're disappointing me, mother.
All right. Well, RJ brought up professional wrestling. The reason we brought this up, of course, if you pay attention now, guys, do you guys pay any attention to professional wrestling wheels, Lester, at all?
Not anymore.
Not
but
really.
Not
yeah.
much,
Maybe
yeah.
Not
back
much.
in the day when you were a kid or
I think
anything
when we were
like
younger, it was huge, right? Like,
Yeah, you get it.
So then John Cena. You guys probably got
Yeah,
I was
with
gonna say,
John Cena. Yeah,
yeah.
you can't see me and all that. Of course, when you guys were younger, he was
Is that what that meant?
Yeah, you can't
Can't see me?
Yeah, that
Are
was
you
the-
serious?
That's stupid.
That
Is
was
that
the-
what that meant?
Yeah,
You
that
never
was the
talked to
5
Sleepy over the
kids-
years?
Hey,
No, I
kids-
know.
Yeah, that was the 5.
I seen him do it. I didn't know what that was.
kids still do that to us.
He said Sully owes me $5.
Guy weighs 280 pounds. I mean, you can't see him.
There we go.
Super chat.
Shaw Boomhauer chiming in the conversation. Do you guys wear anything other than black?
Hey, there
What
is
a fair
nothing.
question. That's insane.
What are you, colorblind, bud?
There is nothing wrong with a good monochromatic
about-
color.
Hey, Boomer,
he
they
tagged
share
us
the
in
same
it, though.
closet, obviously.
He tagged us in it.
Live together, same closet.
What's funny is before we went out, we are like, "What are you wearing? Black? Yes. Okay, good." Every time we go out, it's all black. Always.
All right, so we brought up
That's insane, though, Boo.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Here we go.
Super chat.
Big money run.
Oh.
Sully would be really screwed if a bus full of senior citizens were in Stewart's getting lotto.
Dude, that is
I
like
would fucking lose my mind.
Oh, 9.
dude,
I
that is
literally would lose my mind.
That is like your nightmare
I
scenario.
can't even imagine
You're
that.
waking up
Especially
in
if he's
cold
getting his
sweat.
milk
I
discount.
was in storage. I was in storage the other day. The lady asked for a bag. The guy
what?
got the guy got her a bag. He goes, "No, do you have a white one?"
A bag
And
of
the
what?
guy got him a white bag.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's,
boy.
that's against
I'm
New
not
York
touching
State
that.
rules.
What do you mean?
You're not allowed to have you're not allowed to have a plastic bag. Stewart still
It wasn't
has,
plastic. It was paper.
Ooh, even worse.
White paper bag.
That leaves a trail.
Yes, yeah. It's a conspiracy
10.
against me every day
11.
to make my mornings miserable.
All right. Yeah, seriously.
technically, the quote is it's a fucking conspiracy
12.
to make my life
That's
a
on him.
living
I was
hell.
gonna say,
Yeah,
that's actually
no,
actual
it's an
quote.
absolute conspiracy. Every time I get up and go do something.
Honestly, in the rules of the anybody paying attention in the rules of the Talking Smack drinking game, everybody who's playing has to finish their drink. The shadow just
said
he
that.
said it, yeah.
I know.
He said it. Everybody's got to chug. No, the reason we bring that up.
Where's Lachazy?
We bring up the professional wrestling now. John Cena, when you guys were kids, big baby face. He finally made his heel turn, and anybody that has known and watched professional wrestling for a long time knows that is something that all the older guys tend to do.
He was
at
a bad
some
guy
point.
and went good, or good guy?
No, he was a good guy his
entire
entire career, and then just decided, he's got one last hurrah.
It's called the
he's-
baby face.
Yeah, so he's now going to be
That's a crazy
a
nickname.
bad guy. What's that?
I mean, way to go out. You got to go out as bad, but yeah, I mean, babyface, the nickname is crazy.
Well, no, that's what they call
that's
the
how
good
they did it
guys.
in the old days.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
like, so I actually have a shirt at the house.
Is that him right now?
Yeah, that's literally Cena
That's him
right.
now?
That's John Cena right before he Rochambeau'd Cody Rhodes.
I got so many comments right now that I can't say.
Oh, dude, John Cena looks like Ernest from the Ernest movies these days. You remember, like Ernest
Simple
Goes to
Jack
Jail?
and Tropic Thunder there.
So these guys, which one of my favorite movies, by the way. So he'll appreciate this, though. So the term kayfabe came up in the old days.
Sure, yeah.
And that's so you don't talk about your profession in professional wrestling.
Okay,
So-
Mark Calloway.
What word did you just say?
Mark
K
Calloway.
what?
Kayfabe. It's pig Latin for fake.
Yeah.
So
RJ, you're speaking Latin now?
Pig Latin.
pig Latin.
It works.
Oh, I
I don't even know what that is. What's pig Latin?
It means caveat emptor.
Well,
Fucking-
who knew
So-
knew that Hank and Dan had to
So-
tune into Talking Smack to hear some of this language at the
I know,
My
right?
point being, in the 70s, if you broke your rule and you're out in public, they would kick the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, no, they took it very, very seriously. So the reason we bring this
Iron
up,
Sheik and Duggan.
well, yeah, exactly. Didn't they get busted traveling through like Lake
Yeah,
George?
coming from here.
Yeah,
Well, not the bullpen, but
coming through Lake George, they were rivals, and
yeah, they were on 87. They got coated with booger sugar and freaking weed.
Well,
by the way,
first
It's true.
even though
It is true.
Even though we lost connection with
It's documented.
we do have a note. It says, "What is that you guys only fight when I'm not in attendance?"
Who's
not
fighting?
We're not fighting at all. I'm
Who's
just clearing it up.
fighting?
Apparently, we're fighting.
Okay, so I don't know if we can ask this question of the boys here, but if you could be any
Mead's gone. Don't
professional-
worry about it.
any professional wrestler of any time period, if you could be that professional wrestler, who would you be and why? We'll start with RJ on this one because I know you're a professional wrestling guy, and you go back way back.
So let's go back to the 70s. Andre the Giant was my hero.
Mhm.
Mil Mascaris was
Mil
awesome.
Mascaris. Yeah, all right.
Mil
Yeah,
Mascaris was
Mil.
awesome. And then I'm kind of like a combination of The Rock and Stone Cold because you never know what you're going to get.
Is that
with
what
me.
you are? A combination of the Rock and Stone?
Yeah, I look just like them both. Yeah. That's why I'm up here with you right
I'm
now.
missing the connection.
Shut
like
up.
the fucking Wi-Fi tonight.
Like 13.
We'll
he
take it
chug
up.
beers like Stone Cold, you know.
He never actually drank a beer when he would just
You just
horny.
wear it at that
That was
point
the
in
best
time?
way to not drink a beer is just
Yep.
slam them together and
So
do it
the
all
guy,
over yourself.
story here for you. So the guy that used to throw his beers used to be a timekeeper in the WWE. His name was Mark Eaton, and he retired.
Mark
during-
Eaton. He was a
Yeah.
basketball player from Utah. 7'4". You get it. He heard me.
Thank you for the history lesson. So he used to be the bell timekeeper, and he retired during COVID. And when I was there with the company, one of the things was one of our trainings.
You work
was-
for Vince?
I did.
All right.
I did. Yeah.
McMahon.
Can I tell you one of my best memories? I had tickets to the Royal Rumble that Ric Flair won.
In
I think it was a 30.
92.
It was at the Knickerbocker.
Oh, we got action over here. Reaction over here. You guys were there too?
It was the
I wasn't born yet.
they had
Yeah, I know, right?
no, but they had
There goes my answer to the
everyone.
question, though.
They had everyone at that Royal Rumble. Everyone. It's classic. Everyone.
One of the trainings was you had to throw beers to
Stone
To
Cold.
somebody.
Cold.
Oh yeah, see that does seem like it would be an art. So all right, so if you had to pick one guy that you would be, who would it be?
I'd probably go with The Rock just because he was in the business and
Okay.
he grew up in the business.
All right.
And
So Wheels, I think you already said what your answer is going to be.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm going Ric Flair. I don't think there's anyone cooler than that guy.
You got to say it though.
I mean, I'm saying Ric Flair for
No,
sure.
but you got
to
what
beat
you got
a
to
man,
do.
you got to beat the man.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got to
I
do
wish
the
I knew
woo.
that.
There you go.
I actually have a shirt that says that.
He actually hung out with a girl that I know from home that I grew up with. This
Hung
year,
out with her?
last year.
Is that what we call that now?
He had her out on his boat. had her out on his boat this year. He's still the coolest guy ever.
He's 74.
74. He still got it. So
Still got it,
Still
yeah.
got a full head of hair too. So that's my biggest fear is balding. So I'm gonna say Ric Flair's the coolest guy for sure.
Dude, I feel
Yeah,
you
I believe
100%
it.
because I agree with Ric Flair. And at almost 50 years old, my biggest fear is still going
Yeah, mine
bald.
too. I got my haircut today. I'm like, not too much. Like,
Yeah, sorry.
Come at me.
Lester?
I'll go with Hulk Hogan.
Oh, there you go.
I was a big Rocky guy growing up, so I love watching
Oh,
Rocky
okay.
movies, right?
Yeah.
I know.
yeah. Thunderlips.
Yeah,
That's
Thunderlips.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
No, at the end he said, "How about that Polaroid?" No, that was
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I
that's
think Rocky beats his ass in the movie.
He
right?
does.
But
He
yeah,
does.
takes the gloves
no,
off.
I love to be one big guy, man.
That's cool.
Beat up on some other
Yeah.
guys. So
Bobby,
Anything
thank you.
Besides that,
All right, guys.
who
Thanks for
else?
coming,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Now, okay, so but Hulk Hogan, red and yellow Hulk Hogan or Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
I don't know enough about wrestling.
NWO.
Okay,
NWO is the
Okay,
best.
all right,
Oh,
yeah. When he turned heel, when Hulk Hogan
Non-red
made
yellow Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
NWO.
yeah, when he
When
was
his hair is like a little frizzy at the front. Yeah.
No, when he had like the black
when he had the
beard.
black beard
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. He was when he was doing the bad guy.
Come on, with
thing.
Voodoo Child playing. Oh yeah.
What about you, Sully? Are you
Roddy Piper.
Oh,
okay. Is it because
Hands down, Roddy Piper.
Is it because you look good in a kilt?
I respect that though, because I was gonna
No,
say,
because he was the biggest heel of all time.
yeah.
Who did
yeah.
not hate Roddy Piper?
Oh, he had the most heat of anyone.
Loved him.
Oh, he
absolutely loved him.
Oh, he knew how to piss people
And
off.
Piper's Pit
I
was
love
one of the
that, though.
great.
Someone that can
Piper's
piss
Pit
people off
was one of the
like that.
greatest.
No, he's also
How
the
about-
reason that
amazing.
Jimmy
He
Snuka
smashed a
had
coconut
CTA.
off Jimmy Snuka's head.
Exactly. He was supposed.
Remember when he beat up Frankie Williams?
Oh no! Hey, I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
He looks at me and says, "Have you ever won a match?" Oh, brutal.
Here we go. We've got a super
chat.
chat.
Three super chats. Mine would be Razor Ramon or the Iron Sheik.
Hmm?
Sarah Jane says, my favorite Royal Rumble 92 with a tear in my eye is the greatest moment of my life.
Dude, I've known Sarah actually, like, grew up next to her.
I
like,
was there,
as a
man.
little kid.
Prime seats.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
I thought you were
Ric
talking
Flair
about
came
him and
in
his
and
neighbor.
came up here,
Oh.
was that? Yeah, that was really, really cool.
The King of Bacon says, best character was George the Animal Steel.
Oh, dude, George Animal Seal.
Whoa.
You guys don't even know. There was a wrestler back in the day. He would literally
I gotta-
tear the.
He'd eat it.
Yeah, right, he'd tear the fabric off the turnbuckle, and then he would just start eating the padding out of it. So imagine, somebody goes into one of the
Sure.
chairs.
You know, George Steele was actually a pretty intelligent guy. He was like a teacher, right? Yeah, right.
He's a college professor.
Character. It's
The green tongue.
It's
Remember the
kayfabe.
green tongue?
No, he'd eat the
Right.
turnbuckle.
Yeah,
That's literally a picture shot of him eating the turnbuckle.
Show the green tongue. Is there a
never
green
seen
tongue
this
in here?
guy.
Remember
Yeah,
you had the
right
green.
there. It's right there.
I think my dad would love this guy. Like my dad loved wrestling growing up. So I don't know. Maybe
No,
Oh, he would know all these
I
guys.
would know
How
all
old's your
these
dad?
guys, yeah.
How old's your dad?
We need to get your dad on
Yeah,
here.
he knows.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
knows.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Oh, your dad's
so Captain Lou Albano, one of his lines, he said, George Animal Steel, he has an IQ of 200. He drinks unborn virgin goat milk. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? And that's it. No, he.
You're quoting Captain Lou
Lou
Albano.
Hey, he did good for himself.
Dude, without Captain Lou, there's no rock and wrestling, and that
Bobby Heenan was-
MVP and all that.
So let's transfer to that segue. Cyndi Lauper's doing her final tour.
Really? I did
Yeah.
not know
I don't know
that.
if anybody saw that, but
Girls Just Want to Have Fun was.
yeah,
a
remember that
long
video?
time-
That was
yeah,
that's
Captain Lou,
what
that's-
catapulted wrestling
So-
into.
The cool thing about that, sorry to cut you off,
It's fine.
but
Don't let it happen again.
Vince McMahon during like your kind of like your ceremony, like your orientation, we had to learn why Cyndi Lauper got involved with WrestleMania, and if it wasn't for Cyndi Lauper, there probably wouldn't be a WrestleMania 2.
The Rock and Wrestling Connection.
Yeah, the Rock and Wrestling Connection was.
I can tell you the whole story, brother.
I bought Cyndi Lauper a beer.
Oh, really? Really?
Boy, the guy that owns the Phillies pay for it?
Long
Or
story.
the guy that owns the Mets pay for it?
Long story short, my long story short, my kids playing travel hockey. We're in Stamford, Connecticut, hockey tournament, and I'm talking to a buddy of mine, and there's two women behind me, and I can hear one talking. I'm going,
That obnoxious.
that's
voice.
somebody. I can, and then it hit me. And being the jackass I am, I turned around and said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do girls really just want to have fun?" And she goes, "You know what? I've been here 3 days waiting for some asshole like you to say that to me."
So speaking of hockey road trips, what's the worst one you've been a part of?
Oh fuck.
11.
I coached
No,
hockey
dude,
for
we're
a
past
long,
11. We're like
long
14.
time. Yeah. I've had a few. You know, it's tough with travel. You guys know it's tough with travel hockey because you've got your season literally starts in August and it goes through March or April. And it's not like literally you travel with that family and you really are a family and you're together more than you are with your real family. So if you don't, 2 years I caught lightning in a bottle with no issues, great parents. But other than that, there's always something that pops up. But I don't know if I could even tell you about a worse one that I've had. I loved all the kids, so I don't know if I can say.
When did you make the transition from Mapquest to the GPS, the Garmin?
So that's actually it's a funny story. So before GPS, we had a hockey tournament in Pittsfield, Mass, and nobody had GPS, and we were all going to go to an Applebee's that was whatever miles away. This one truck driver that was a parent knew where it was, so he told us all how to get there. Well, he takes off. Well, none of us can find the place. So we go someplace different. This poor guy goes in Applebee's. He goes, "Hey, I got 23 people coming in." It was like when they first, these guys, the whole staff starts putting tables together to accommodate 23 people.
Sit there.
And it's him and his kid, and nobody else shows up. So it's the two of them at a table for 23. And so right then I decided maybe I should find a GPS.
But you know what? The early GPSs didn't always work. I remember going to Florida back in 2010. My wife and I, we rented a car. We were taking like a long, like one of those 10-day vacations. We hadn't, done a honeymoon or anything like that. So we were going to do, 3 days at a hotel, 3 days at Disney, 3 days at Universal. We get the rent-a-car and we're like, okay, we're going to take this to Disney now and we'll drop it off there. We followed the GPS and it was one of those situations where if we weren't paying attention, we would have ended up in a canal.
Yeah.
It legit. It was like, take this turn here.
Everyone used to print them out, the directions.
Yeah, Mapquest.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
used to read them in my dad.
Yeah,
My
you
mom
had to print them
when
out.
he got them wrong, it was my fault. I
Well,
remember.
Well, because he was
Turn
taking
right,
you to
turned
your
left. I was like, what the? I said turn right.
So,
Sully,
when are you guys going to attack me on this? That's what I want to know.
well, Sully,
Why would we attack you?
Because I want you to, and you don't want that.
Before we get there, I was told to ask about the 4 games, 4 arenas in 3 days, and the warmest rink was minus 22 degrees.
Oh yeah, that was a bad trip. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Who said yes? That Jay-Z may be the coldest place in America besides. Yeah. Well, okay.
Oswego,
Yeah.
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah,
You ever go to Oswego where all the snow is up against the street signs, but only on one side? Right? You can't see the street sign, but if you go on the other side, you can.
You ever been to Buffalo?
Not on purpose.
Good answer.
Buffalo's way worse.
Good answer.
All right, with that, we're going to take our final break. We'll come back with a little bit more here from the bullpen. It is Talking Smack live upstairs here at the bullpen. We got more coming up.
By High Society in Hudson Falls, located at 345 Main Street in Hudson Falls. This dispensary offers cannabis enthusiasts a chance to indulge in the brand's premium products, including the highly sought-after Bubble Hash and Frosted Hash Ball. With an emphasis on quality and potency, Silly Nice continues to set standards for cannabis products to elevate the user's experience. For use only for adults 21 and over, keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Center. Consume responsibly. By Allen B. Powers CPA. The Allen B. Powers firm is one of the leading firms in the area. By combining our expertise and experience and the energy of our staff, each client receives close personal and professional attention. Their high standards, service, and specialized staff spell the difference between outstanding performance and the other firms. We make sure that every client is served by the expertise of the whole firm. Allen B. Powers firm is responsive. Companies who choose the firm rely on competent advice and fast, accurate personnel. They provide total financial services to individuals, large and small businesses, and other agencies too. Their high service quality and raving fan clients are the result of commitment to excellence. Allen B. Powers will answer all of your questions as they impact both your tax and financial situations. The Allen B. Powers Agency welcomes you to contact them anytime. And by Jim's Glass Service, 6 2nd Street in Queensbury. Jim's Glass Service, hey! Thanks for the break. Jim's Glass Service offers the best service for all your commercial and residential glass and window needs. A division of Fish's Majestic Enterprises. Jim's Glass Service is a trusted glass company located in Queensbury, specializing in both commercial and residential glass services. With their team of skilled professionals, they provide top-notch glass installations and repairs, ensuring customer satisfaction and quality craftsmanship. Jim's Glass Service, hey, thanks for the break. Brought to you by Old School Pest Control at oldschoolpestcontrol.com. John Herbley, the owner of Old School Pest Control, has over 20 years of experience in pest control, providing top-level pest control and putting your needs first. Do you have a pest problem? Old School Pest Control can handle any of your pest issues, walking you through the process to help you understand why Old School Pest Control does what they do. Old School Pest Control provides home and commercial pest control services. Whatever your pest problem is, whether it's big or small, Old School Pest Control has the knowledge to get your pest problems taken care of efficiently and in a timely manner. Give John Herbley a call now for your pest control problems at 518-724-6440 or online at oldschoolpest.com.
Are you in pajamas?
Oh! No way! Are you kidding me right now? Zach,
I'm not the only one that gets
You
him
just
pissed
came
off
from
now.
a party. You wore pajamas to the party?
Zach is going to tell us all about his pajama wear.
Are you kidding me right now? Put some
What do you want to know?
pants
about,
on.
What do you want to know about my pajamas?
Why are you wearing pajamas during the day?
I'm not. I just got home from the party. Just had dinner with my lovely wife. Okay.
Okay.
Did a great job. I appreciate everything that she does for me. She's
Should-
actually waiting outside, so I can't be here too long. We're walking to Stewie's. We're gonna go get some ice cream, making some cookies.
Are you getting lottery tickets?
Are you going to lotto block Sully afterwards?
What happened to your face?
I'll be honest with you. I got home this afternoon, and I said, "Screw this! I've had enough." And I haven't been naked on my face since like August.
I thought that was a good picture.
I don't want to do your dirty work.
I can't see it.
Oh, well, Steely Dan. Yes.
Yeah, but
Very
oh
good.
my god!
You know, for a long time, I thought Steely Dan was one guy.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
I thought his name was Steely Dan.
Yeah,
we won't. And I know we have to be nice here. Does anyone know what a Steely Dan actually is?
Not a clue.
A Steely Dan is an apparatus.
Oh,
I do know what it is.
wow.
believe it or
Hey,
not.
Lucchese
I found out it was
knows.
wait, hold on. Lucchese knows?
Yeah, he does.
What are you doing up there in Chestertown?
I'm a Steely Dan fan. I had to look up what the band meant. So I like,
And I'm
yeah.
huge. I'm a huge Steely Dan.
So
I'm going down, and the U's of the world, with snow and ice all over their vehicle. So now they're going about 72, 73 miles an hour. And I'm watching, and I can see this person that's next to me with the snow and ice, and it's flying all over the friggin' place. So now I'm in full panic mode, because last thing I want to do is get a windshield crack, because this person's going to take off, and then I'm stuck with it, and then it goes on my insurance. So it's bullshit. So I'm watching this, and I'm saying, you know what? Next time I see Snacks with ice and snow in his car, I'm gonna give him shit. And it's flipping me out. Now I'm feeling angst. Now I'm feeling sullied. I was gonna give him a call as I'm driving, but I was too worried about hitting ice flying off this car. So I go and I pass this car to get around it. All right. So I speed up to get around it, so I'm not even near it. Next thing you know, this freaking car comes zooming past me again, puts its ass right in front of me, and now it's there again. And now the shit is flying all over. And I'm like, son of, I am ready, and I am not a road ranger. I'm not.
And we are back here live at the Bullpen. It is Talking Smack. It's I'm John, your humble host, Dan and Snacks. They're down in the DR. If you caught them earlier, you can tell that Dan, especially, having a very, very good time. You can tell by the permagrin. We've all had that. You had a couple of cocktails, and all of a sudden, you're just like, everything's like.
I've had it since 1991.
Yeah. We've definitely all been there. That's for sure. Real quick,
Every day.
do want to this is something that we've been doing now for a while with for our guests. We've got a buddy of Snacks that he knew from the service, I do believe. His name is Scott Silvis, and he does a lot of engraving and all that, and he's actually made these very, very cool coins.
Is that Bitcoin?
That no, it's not a Bitcoin. It's something even better. These are the Talking Smack. These are special coins. They've got the Bullpen on one side and the Talking Smack logo on the other. and actually, Lester and Wheels, we got one of these each for you.
Thank you.
This is
They deserve
you
it.
guys
Good
for being our special guest. So pass that all over to Wheels.
Appreciate
it.
You get two?
No. You only get one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, one
That's
coupon
worth so
pack.
much money.
Hell yeah.
Walker's got a six pack.
Walker's got 7 of them.
Well, actually, I don't think we've given one to Walker now that we haven't.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
So Walker uses his at the Pepsi machine.
The only
Order,
the only 3 we've given him.
Oh,
I don't know what that
a
was.
reverb. I haven't had a chance to say that in years.
Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. It might be because you're. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
That's probably
don't know
me.
where that came out. That came
I
out of
don't
nowhere.
know.
Can I ask it?
Oh,
Yes.
Actually.
Oh no.
Huh.
Wheels are falling
Question?
off.
Something's pissed.
I've never talked this long in my life.
Something is not.
I don't know what it could be. We are.
Take
We're
a break
breaking.
on talking.
Anyway, yeah, something's going on. I don't know what it is.
Gonna say,
It's nothing with my board or anything like that.
Is my you know?
I don't know.
It does seem like somebody's is. All right. Well,
I think we're good. I think we're good. We're good.
Still
Okay.
good.
We're
Still
good.
good.
We're good.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be.
There's definitely something something going on. Well. Anyways, we've got we're kind of wrapping things up here. Coming up next week, we're going to have a great show. It's something that Sully's definitely looking forward to because he's got a great story about the guy, right, RJ?
Absolutely. I
We
just
got
can't
Donnie
hear
Long.
Well, he's
Oh, Donnie.
There we go. We got Donnie Long going to be the special guest next week here on Talking Smack.
He's here next week.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. We figured out the problem. Apparently, with the coins, I guess there was some feedback with the microphone. With the
Bitcoin.
coin.
Freaking Ukraine.
That's what they say. So that's interesting.
It was
It's a
all
goddamn
the
mineral.
coins' fault.
It was not your guys' fault.
Do I got time to ask a question?
Please, by
Question?
all means, yes.
So, Mike, to you guys, we'll start with Wheels first.
Yeah.
Your second year here, fans love you. What's your favorite part about playing hockey in Glens Falls? And don't say Jeff Mead.
Well, obviously, Jeff's great, but
Whatever. Move on.
I think the coolest part is.
What's that? Yeah. Well, just for being on the show? But all kidding aside, what's your favorite part about playing here?
I think just being so good last year and seeing how many people joined in the community, like the amount of people that from beginning of the year to the end of the year just grew with the program. We go to the grocery store now and people are like, they'll come right up to you, like ask how you're doing, how your family is, stuff like that. I think just going out in the community and getting noticed and stuff like that it's been the coolest part for me. You go to dinner and people come right up to your table and just be like, they don't want autographs. They want to know how you're doing and
Very cool.
what's your favorite restaurant? What's this? What's that? They want to know about you. So the coolest part so far, I think, is it's been treated like, you're in the NHL or something like that. You go out and people recognize you and treat you like you're a celebrity, quote unquote. So
they start asking for money.
Yeah.
They're like, can I borrow $50?
I don't have any of that, so I can't help with that. But
That's where you go to Jeff Mead.
Les, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the fans. I think they really care a lot, like win or lose, right? Like
Sure.
We're losing,
what
they're
you're
they're booing us,
doing, right?
but like at the end of the day, you wouldn't really have it, you wouldn't want to have it any other way.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a small community, but everyone cares about hockey. And that's for us, like that's what you want to play for.
Yeah.
That's what you want to play in front of. And it's cool. Like you said, like you go to the grocery store, you go for lunch, like people recognize you and
That's cool.
They thank you for being here and being part of the team. And we thank them and we really appreciate them. And it's really cool to be a part of. You feel like you're a part of a family, and
very cool.
It's
You are in your own little way. You are.
Yeah.
Glens
It's cool to
Falls is
see.
Glens Falls.
It's cool to see too, like kids that have never been exposed to hockey, and then they go to a Thunder game and they're obsessed with hockey, and then they start skating, and then all of a sudden they're obsessed with hockey. Like we meet so many families that had they never come to a Thunder game, maybe their kid never plays hockey, and then. So, I mean, getting to see from last year, like, maybe they came to a Thunder game last year, then they started skating. And this year, their kid's full-blown obsessed with hockey. Like, they're watching NHL games. They're wearing jerseys. Like, it's super cool to see that and, spark that. I remember being that little and being so obsessed, like, watching hockey every single night and just having that hockey bug. It's cool to see it spread through this community as well.
Can I tell you why Jeff Mead hates that? Jeff Mead hates that because once those kids start playing hockey, and they get really good.
Yes,
they start playing travel hockey.
Yeah.
And now the parents don't have enough time to go to Thunder games anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're in Marlboro, Massachusetts, or it's just so you lose them for however many years.
Super
so.
chat. Hey, super chat. Big Money Ron says, when players care about the fans care about the players.
Yeah.
Well put.
Yeah,
Great point.
How cool is it when you see, because at this point in time, you guys have both been here for a while, so there's been plenty of specialty jerseys and other things like that. How cool is it to walk around and see somebody else wearing your name on the back of their sweater?
Yeah.
That's got to be cool.
Coolest feeling in the world. I mean, like I said, it feels like you're in the NHL. I mean, we know it's the minor leagues and stuff like that, and people have, numerous things they can spend their money on, but when people are going out of their way to buy jerseys for their kids or for themselves, it's super cool to see in the crowd and stuff like that. So definitely a boost confidence, but also like, you just feel like, when you were little and you wanted a kid that was older than you's jersey, or you see a kid from your town's jersey, maybe he's playing major junior, or he's playing, minor league pro or stuff like that. I remember thinking it was the coolest thing in the world, and just being able to pay that back has been awesome.
Do you know when you've arrived?
How's that?
If someone has a jersey on that says "Don't walk," that's notoriety. Right there. It's an old joke. Sorry.
How does that mean?
Because they don't have signs like that anymore, you jackass.
Yeah.
Tell your Donnie Long story.
So following up with that, you guys have played all over the league. I've gone to a bunch of away games, and I tell people when they come to the CIA, and I hate to be nice to the guy behind you, but when you come to the CIA, it's literally you're getting an NHL experience.
100%.
An NHL experience for the price of an ECHL ticket. I mean, I've been to Worcester, I've been all over it, and they don't do it like these guys do. It's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, even playing in Iowa, I mean, we had, I don't think we ever sold out a single night, maybe one or two.
Really?
But, I mean, here it's like every home game, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday last week was fully packed, and you know, just seeing how much people care. Like we said, we go to the grocery store and people are like, you know, how you doing? How you doing? Like outside of hockey, they just want to care about how you are as a human.
Is this the first really hockey market where you've been recognized like that easily outside of the arena?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, college is
a
what
little
it
bit,
is,
yeah.
But it's different because you're going to school with those kids. And then here it's like, you know, you have families, you have little kids come up to you, like they come up and they just blank, like they don't say anything, but they're in awe. It's one of the coolest feelings.
That's got to be
it's indescribable. Yeah, I just
cool.
remember being that same little kid. Like I would walk up to someone who maybe was playing the AHL, and I was like dumbfounded, like they were like the biggest star in the NHL. It's cool to relive that and just pay that forward. That's why I think we do stuff like this and stuff around the rink, and it's super cool. It's almost like
I saw you signing autographs earlier.
Yeah. It's one of the most I don't know what the word is for. Not rewarding, but it's like, it's why we play. Humbling? It's like, yeah, it's humbling at the same time. Like, I just remember thinking, like, when I was little, like, you know, one day I want to be that guy, and then to be that.
Did you ever
guy
practice your autograph when you were kids?
What's that?
You ever practice your autograph?
Oh, all the time,
right?
yeah, all the time.
No? Oh, you're so full of shit.
Yeah.
You never did?
Never
Really?
did, yeah.
I'd be lying.
I probably should have.
Yeah. I would sit there in U.S. history class and just like, it was so boring. I would just the whole time just sign my autograph. So.
Well, I tell you what, guys, thank you so much for being here. Did my battery die too?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
but we
Okay.
do
There
I
I am.
will read
All right.
a couple more super chats and then we'll wrap.
Am I
things
still
up.
here or no?
Yes.
Yes, you were
Big
there.
Money Ron says, and then fans give you cookies and goodies for your bus trips. Wanted to let you know also, Ryan Conroy chiming in as well. He says, what are some of your favorite vegetables to eat as well?
That's insane.
But we got some technical issues here. Not sure what's going on. I think Tony's watching too much TV upstairs. That's okay. But a big thank you once again to everyone that came out tonight.
I'm sure it's
And a
all
big-
appropriate.
And a big thank you to Ryan and Les as well. We'll see you back here next week. That is for our episode with Donnie Long. It's been Talking Smack on the Talking Smack